Welcome back, guys, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sundays with the Boys.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We're available on all of your major streaming platforms. You name it, we on it.
And please, if you can, go ahead and make a small donation to our GoFundMe page, Sundays with the Boys. That way we can work on getting an intro for you guys and making this experience better for you all.
Once again, thanks for tuning in and hope you guys enjoyed the show. All right. Back again, live again. Another episode of Sundays with the Boys, episode 31. I consider this Parent Edition. It's your boy Chauncey.
The parenting episode. This is Teddy, guys.
What's up? This is Lucas.
And we got our boy Lucas, and then we got Teddy's parents on for the first time ever.
We got my mom over here.
Hello.
And then her
husband. This is Pete.
Hey. Chapping young lad.
Chapping young lad.
The Chad of all lads.
Right before we started recording, they let us know that they started a swinger relationship with some random internet folks. It's nice for y'all to join the 21st century. Did y'all find them on Tinder?
No. Oh my god.
No, it's funny because I posted because we don't have any friends and we wanted to have friends to go out with and do things. So I posted on Facebook on the Zephyr Hills community site that we were looking for friends to go hang out, have dinner, have dinner parties, go do things with, whatever. And I specifically put in there no swingers. No swinger action whatsoever. I'm not interested.
And that's why you only got the girl.
No. Initially, it was a guy and a girl. It was her and her boyfriend. And we...
you do like unicorns, though.
I love unicorns.
Yeah, there we go.
And there you go. She's your unicorn.
So you guys got a black unicorn? I know Pete's preference.
Shut it.
Long hair.
Right. And then she did all
androgynous appearance.
And then she did all this, and she gave me the good news. Hey, by the way, I made friends for us on the internet, and we're going over their house.
Yeah, we went over to their house, and
really
they gave us dinner. And it was a really good dinner, and we met her two boys, and it was a really good time. And then we played
Cards. Spin the bottle.
7 minutes in heaven.
Cards with Humanity. Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, we played that, and it was
a fun game, though.
That is a fun game. I love it.
It can be.
Yeah.
I want to get the Marvel version. They have a Marvel and DC version. I want that.
Really?
That would be cool. I would play that.
Yeah.
So at what point in the night did you have to let them down?
We stayed there until like midnight, honestly, and we were like, because I was
giving them mixed signals.
Pete was really excited. I was ready to go, and because I was like, okay, it's like we've been here since 7. It's almost midnight, and I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Oh, trust me, you didn't.
No, right. But then they broke out the 90 proof crack and rum.
Oh man!
And they kept trying to get me to go in the bathroom to check out the bidet.
Yo, check out the bidet. That water on your ass is amazing.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
You ever had your butt licked by a toilet?
Really?
That is an apt description of a bidet.
Really, if
I had to describe a bidet in one word, it'd be invasive. There's no way around it. It's like a COVID test.
Never used a bidet.
Me neither.
I used it by accident, and my entire shirt was drenched.
Oh, is this how you flush it? Leans over.
Bro, oh my god! Because the way it was set up, it looked like one of those
urinal.
It looked like a urinal, and I'm like, I bet this is gonna be dope. And it was not. It was.
Why have you ever looked at a toilet and go on to flush and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be cool?
Because they had I'm like, yo, it's kind of like a man cave type shit. So I'm like, oh, that's dope. They got a urinal and shit. It's pretty cool. I like the vibe. It was for the ambiance. Bro,
the ambiance.
My nipples were so hard because.
And that was before he flushed the toilet.
That was before, yeah. It's cold water. It's not warm water. I feel like warm water is like a saline solution. I don't want to deal with that shit either, bro. I am not about that.
Saline rubbed
bro, I had to point out on the doll with a bidet touch. I felt so invaded, bro.
That's hilarious.
He had to come out the bathroom. So you guys got a squirter in there.
Bro, I came out and my homie's like, I'm sorry, bro. I should have
told you.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, we've been friends for a long time. You probably should have told me. That shit was the worst.
My asshole got licked by a toilet.
Nah, my asshole didn't get licked by a toilet.
Your shirt.
My whole front, bro. I thought it was a.
It's very weird to use a bidet in missionary style.
Pulls a reverse cowgirl, that thing.
Yeah. So I get full coverage, you know? See, these are lessons you learn. I remember hindsight.
I've never taken a
2020.
shit and felt like a slut afterwards.
I don't want to hear anything from him. This man spit on me on my birthday. He sent me a gift of
I virtually spit on
He
him.
virtually spit on me on my birthday. He's like, happy birthday, slut, and like he sent me a gift of somebody spitting.
Seems fitting.
The little gifts that count.
It's always the little gifts.
It's the little things. It's always the little things.
The first time I ever experienced a bidet was actually a broken urinal in Grand Central Station, and I don't think it's supposed to go in your face. But
Did you read the manual?
That's actually the invention of the bidet, was a broken urinal in Grand Central Station. Somebody was like, you know what? I think they're onto something.
Silver lining type guys.
Right. Who doesn't want their asshole clean?
There was no toilet paper in the bathroom whatsoever. They had to improvise.
Yeah, man, they had to use that high water pressure to make sure they got all that shit off their ass.
So you were forced to use the bidet.
The air dry treatment. That's how that goes down.
I don't, thinking of Grand Central Station in New York in the bathroom, I don't figure they have that much toilet paper in there at all.
No.
I was worried I was going to open the Chamber of Secrets. That's what it looks like.
There's not even a door on the bathroom at Grand Central Station.
Sat over there.
No.
Passing.
So,
Y'all not smoking? I'm smoking.
Are you?
Am I
like it now.
breathing?
Token?
She bought wraps.
She did.
Am
She
I
did.
breathing?
No.
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
We were talking about our
Right
pass
next to the
rotation.
bear.
We have a horrible pass rotation.
Right, it's terrible to pass.
So that's
the
why I was like,
block
one of us
around
that
like this.
knew how the rotation goes should have sat in that corner.
Well, I mean, like,
Well, we know how the rotation
Pete,
goes.
are you also joining in the marriage iguanas?
I may.
All right, that's fine. We'll figure it out somehow. Yeah, this is gonna be terrible. You guys pass it back for me. Just pass it back to this way.
I'll put it in my toe and hand it over.
Do not do that,
Please
because I do not want to smoke a toe.
I don't want toe jam and Earl on my
Please do not do that. I saw that there was a movie called Freaks where there was a guy that had no arms and he used his foot to smoke.
Huh.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Why
The
would they-
Paralympics, they got folk that play with their feet in ping pong or table tennis, whatever you want to call
I
it.
know somebody, like, in fighting games, there's this dude who plays with a stick with his toes, and that
Yeah,
shit fucks
I
me
seen
up.
that dude too.
There's another dude that plays with his tongue.
There's a Paralympics just means whenever they have two games going on at the same time.
The dude's in the
Because they're
motorized.
parallel.
He's in a motorized wheelchair,
a
and
universe.
his name is Broly Legs, and I think that's the funniest shit to me.
Nice.
But no, I like your nails.
Thank you.
What else you got planned for your birthday?
Oh, tonight Pete and I are going to Tommy B's.
Tommy
Bahamas?
Pease. Thomas Pease.
Thomas P's.
I would have thought y'all go to the castle based upon your internet history.
No, he mentioned the castle to her and wanted to take her.
Pete, you go to the castle?
Actually, I've been to the castle.
Yeah?
I love the castle.
Nice.
I love the downstairs.
It is a different vibe downstairs.
It's
than it is
way
upstairs.
different.
It's like the Dallas Bull. It's two different.
Well, the jukebox has nothing but Gregorian chants.
Yes, he's not
And,
wrong.
and there's a little stream in the bar, in the middle of the bar.
You have to pay with a shilling and a blood sacrifice.
Last
It's
time
like
I
a whole alternate dimension that you go down to.
Right.
dragging a lamb.
100%.
Right.
They'll sacrifice it if you want them to, or the fuck it. You just got to be specific about what you want.
Right.
But I will say the castle, the downstairs part of the castle, has literally the best martinis in all of Tampa. They do.
Okay.
They're known for their martinis.
Yeah.
They're known for other things.
That's what brought me there in the first place. Was they said you got to try the martinis at the castle. I was like, okay.
That sounds awesome now. Now I want to go to the castle and try
Right?
the martinis.
Like the downstairs
You have
area.
to try them.
Do they have like a daytime? I want to get there before the vampires.
I went. I don't know. I was
the one with the
No
black
lie.
belt.
Right.
There's
Before
always
the
been
blackest
a
night comes.
I got bit. That's the last time I went to the castle.
by Nicolas Cage.
No, by a fucking dude that
remember
thought he
that
was a
movie.
vampire.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm at the bar and I'm like getting a drink and this guy comes up and he's all like decked out like, Interview with the Vampire type shit.
I don't know,
So you coming out there looking like
That's
stat.
literally
Yeah.
my favorite Nicolas Cage movie is the one where he goes nuts and thinks he's a vampire, and he goes to a club and he actually kills a woman.
Oh, shit.
biting
There's
her
a
in the-
movie like that with
Oh my
Nicolas
god!
Cage?
But his faces in the movie when he's out thinking he's a vampire, he tries
I can't
to
take Nicolas Cage serious as a vampire.
No, it's serious. You got to see.
This is one of his older movies, right?
No,
Like
yeah, but he tries to imitate
Vampire Kiss.
The original vampire. The
around
original
that way?
vampire movie was called Nosferatu. It was in black and
we saw
white.
it.
Oh yeah, we watched it.
So
We
he
watched
tries to imitate that guy's face
Oh.
when he goes out at night. He tries to look like that. He makes his eyes really wide and he walks around. It's a great Nicolas Cage movie, man. It's
Open your
like
eyes,
my
honey.
favorite.
Look to the
To your
left.
left, Mike. On
To
your
your
left.
left, Mike.
On your left.
So yeah, I
I feel
don't.
like Captain America.
This
now,
looks
too.
like that.
Can I put my foot up here?
No, you're not allowed. What the fuck?
Relax, man. You're just chilling on the couches.
Right. Just
Well,
going
the way
with
that
the boys.
the way that you thought about the house is that we were fucking savages in the
Right.
first place.
Apparently,
No,
we
I
don't
was
have
being
running water.
sarcastic
We
because he's
know.
like, "Do they have a bathroom?" And I'm just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Nah,
We shit
man.
outside next to the Bear and the Pope.
She's been with me for 15 years now, and she still does not get any of my New York sarcasm.
It's
she cannot
sarcasm.
tell
It's almost like she's in Florida.
when
He doesn't get my Floridian sarcasm.
That's because your Floridian sarcasm just sounds like cicadas.
And it's mean.
cicadas.
I have mean sarcasm.
No, like Floridians are mean.
Oh, we are mean.
But New Yorkers aren't?
Nah, man, that's just the product of their environment.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I would say so.
It's like, y'all. First of all, y'all get crazy in Florida when it gets before like 64 degrees. Y'all don't know how to act. So imagine how they are in New
Very
York.
cold.
Imagine how they are in New York with like below 20 degrees, my G. Like,
Yeah.
you have every reason to be upset at that point.
Snow all over the place. You gotta trek to where you're going.
We gotta dress. We gotta have like Chauncey in a parka when he comes up.
Oh, I know how to dress in Chicago. That's why I
Full-fledged
am
parka.
not worried at all.
People down south don't know the real intrinsic things about when you live in New York and it snows. You want to know the worst part about living in New York and it snows?
It's snowing.
You have to get up in the
Ice.
morning. You have to get up early in the morning,
Shovel
and
the
you have to
doorway.
go outside, and it's
Driveway.
freezing cold. You have to run outside and start your car and put the heat and the defrosters on so it melts the ice on your window, and run back inside and wait till the ice on your windows melts. Then, if the trucks had come during the night and plowed you in, you have to shovel to get out. But the worst part is when you go to work and you have to find a parking spot. You literally have to sit in the street and wait for somebody to pull out of space that's
lined up
in
along the
order to
street.
pull in, and then you got to fight with somebody else who's waiting down the street who also wants to pull in that same spot. So
It's crazy.
it's horrible.
I bet.
It's horrible. It sucks. It sucks just going to work when it snows in New York. And the snow, the only time the snow's white is like when it's actually coming down, everybody's in the house and can't go out. The next day it's gray.
Yeah.
Snow in New York is gray.
Oh, yellow.
All the sludge and
All the
everything, and
sludge.
the dirt just
Well,
absorbed.
the exhaust fumes.
Black ice is the scariest shit I've ever dealt with in my life.
Black ice is horrible. I hate that shit so much. That's why I'm so glad I'm not in Memphis no more. Man, that shit used to get crazy on the roads. Shit, even the sidewalks.
We got it right outside of our door.
Jeez, that's green ice. That shit green and blue.
That shit
Been-
is a fucking.
It's a doozy.
It's an obstacle course for no reason.
It is. So right outside, you see
slime.
where all that green muck is. Yeah, whenever it rains,
It's the slipperiest thing that you
in the
ever
world.
like stepped on.
I've busted my ass twice
Why
now.
don't you go scrub it off?
Yeah, because
We
that
don't
was
have
something we
bleach.
tried.
We don't have a scrubber technically.
You know they have bleach and scrubbers at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, we know.
I'm broke.
Yeah, we are broke.
We dollar
This
broke.
podcast ain't paying me.
Getting 10 cents to spend.
But back to that, we have been featured on Podbean this week. So
We
you
have,
know,
we have.
Shout out to
Nice.
Podbean for that feature.
Teddy also shouted us out on a radio station, but he doesn't know what radio station it was.
I don't. It was like some small ass radio station because 7-Eleven had just opened up at somewhere in like Pasco County somewhere, and it was just like they had this small like hunky dunk radio station outside.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many 7-Eleven employees though in my entire life. There was one everywhere I looked. But like as I was going in, they're like, hey, like you want to make like a shout out or anything like that? Like, what are you doing here? You know, I'm like, I'm just here to get gas.
Minding my own.
Good thing Teddy's not one of those people that leaves the gas station when he has to go inside and talk to the cashier. Like, they act like, see cashiers? You are that
It
type.
said that at first. And I was really upset. I'm like, I'm not doing that. This is like a company gas card. I'm not going inside for this.
Oh, you
So I just kept doing it. And then I went inside to get a drink.
That was on your own money.
Yeah.
This is a little different situation.
So how's that going?
The podcast is great. We've had 500 live subscribers.
Right. Let's talk about your job.
Yeah. The job is
A job.
all right. You know, it sucks to be so good at your job that like you don't really get like any merit.
Yeah.
You know,
I got $1 raise.
that's nice.
Yeah.
$1.
The Orlando.
And a $30 mug.
Oh, okay. The Orlando
Spent more on
office.
the mug than they did a raise.
You gotta pay for the raise? Like, you didn't pay for the mug? Why do you know how much it cost?
But the Orlando office has sucked so bad for the past 8 weeks that now they have like implemented this whole like spiff, like, you know what I'm saying, you get a bonus. The thing that I had sent you where like my number says 71, Orlando said like 32.
Oh, I thought it said 28. 32.
No, 32. So they only had to hit, you know, more than 32 permits, and any permit over that they got an extra $50 for.
You want to know how many permits that they did? Or how much they got on their bonus?
None.
They're getting $2,800 bonus next week.
Because they bullshitted all those other months, and now that there's an incentive, they wanted to get all their shit done.
What about you? You get a
Oh, well,
bonus?
since I've been fucking doing my job since I've started, and my number's 71 compared to their 32.
How many they got over there?
They have 3 permit technicians.
Oh, B.
You know, except for me and half a person, because she's not that great. She doesn't do anything unless I tell her.
Really?
Yeah, but
She knew?
no, she's not new.
She's been there before he was there.
Yeah, she's actually been doing this for 5 years.
I hate companies. You know, and I thought I had finally found an escape from the world of companies.
Did you work at Escape?
Being an independent contractor, and then along comes a company and buys it, screws that all up. So it's just no escaping anymore.
That's why you gotta get on OnlyFans, Pete. That's real independent contractor.
That's what they were trying to do with their friendly Zephyr Hills community chat.
Yeah, we're just trying to
I'm telling you, man, upside down pineapples and those little Texas stars that they put on houses. That's how you do it, guys.
Is the Texas Star is a signal too? See, I gotta read this manual so I make sure I don't involve myself in this stuff.
You're gonna involve yourself even more into your wacky adventures with Pete. So it's gonna be
That's
the
true.
best thing.
That's why he's trying to get you to go to the castle now. Like, you know, like,
He's got that.
it's layered.
Next is the Gold Club.
the
There's no way
lasagna.
around it. Ooh, lasagna
Yeah.
sounds fire.
He's
I dreamt I ate lasagna.
You know what? When are you leaving?
October 2nd.
Yeah, October 2nd. I got my ticket already.
Can we have dinner with the boys and I'll make lasagna for him going away? He's moving away to Chicago.
That could be a podcast, dinner with the boys.
That's a mukbang. That's not a podcast.
An ASMR video, because all they go hear is us chewing those.
Oh, mwah, mwah.
Only got one request. I gotta got garlic bread.
You can't have lasagna without garlic bread.
So
Can. Not everyone has that memo.
I made lasagna soup the other day.
What the fuck is that?
It's, first of all, temper your
I know, I've heard of
expectations.
that.
Take this out. You know what a soup? You know what soup's are, right? Cereal's a soup. Lasagna soup is the same thing.
Cereal's a soup.
It's lasagna. It's basically everything with lasagna without all that bullshit.
Without all that bacon.
There's no ricotta cheese in it.
There is ricotta
There
cheese.
was ricotta cheese.
Yeah,
Yo,
there
you
was
didn't even
ricotta
taste the ricotta cheese.
There's so pretty much you just take the ingredients of lasagna and you put it into a pot with some beef broth.
Yeah.
You give it the Bruce Lee treatment.
That's pretty much it.
Really?
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And do you put the noodles in there?
Yeah.
You break them up.
You break them up.
How did it come out? It came out good.
Yeah. He just had the pasta too big. That's all.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, you know.
I had the pasta too big. Whenever I went back for seconds, the pasta was fully cooked. It was not fully cooked the first time we ate it because we could not cut those noodles.
Everything's a soup once you add liquid. That's where that bidet comes in.
It's not a soup you want.
Circle around back to the bidet.
Shit.
Bring it around town.
But I forgot to get garlic bread whenever I made the lasagna soup. I was really upset
That's
about
sad.
that.
That would be good for dipping.
Yeah.
That would have been really good to dip.
Yes,
in
we can
there.
have the boys over for dinner as long as there's no rules. Like there were all these rules. Like
What rules?
Pete, you're a loose cannon. That's why.
Oh, don't touch Chauncey.
don't touch Chauncey. Don't look him directly in the eyes.
Oh my God.
Don't let him anywhere near the smell of wild
You know what it is,
hyacinth.
Pete?
You know there were rules.
Pete, you know what it is? Because I'm hurt. Because you've been around me a lot longer than you've been around Chelsea. You ain't never made a move.
You're not his type. You look like a man.
Why am I changed now? You got dreads.
Yeah.
That's so deep.
I had somebody stop me at karaoke the other day. She's like, she started fucking with my hair. She's like, oh my God, you got all this hair now. What you doing with all this hair? It's like, obviously growing it. I don't know if you know the first rule about hair. It's the only one we got.
It's the only one we got, fam. Fucking idiot.
What day you trying to do this?
I don't know. We got
Before October 2nd.
Before you leave.
I know that. So I'm trying to plan ahead.
Gonna have to be on a weekend.
That's easily done.
It'd probably have to be on a Saturday or a Sunday night.
Speaking of dreads, any guys ever been to Jamaica?
No.
I smuggled weed out of Jamaica.
He did.
Pete, you don't admit that on the podcast. God damn it.
It's all right. It's past 7 years.
Statute of limitations is over.
Way past 7
They
years.
are not gonna get him for some weed. That's
Smuggled back in like 1978.
They are not worried about that weed no more.
Not at all.
I was 5.
I don't know if you want that.
I had to. I mean, I just had to. It was
My mom just turned 51 yesterday.
That cries.
nice.
Don't interrupt his story with
I'm
your
sorry.
fact.
Continue. Well, they're saying he has pregnant pauses in his conversations. Right? That's my fault.
He does.
That's my fault. It's like
Playing
Is
hopscotch.
he done?
I'm double dutching every time I talk to me.
No, so you smuggled it out of.
Well, what
Jamaica?
happened was, so I was at this hotel and
When in
then-
Jamaica?
in Montego Bay, and
Okay.
and I went for a walk. You know, and once you go out of the hotel and you go down, the road becomes dirt, and you're in, you know,
Jamaica.
town. You're in places where there's, you know, bodegas and they have chicken
Me no have that.
outside in sitting in
Bodegas.
cardboard boxes. Just chicken out in cardboard boxes outside that they're selling. So anyway, of course, you know, some guy ran up to me and wanted to know if I wanted to buy some ganja. And I said, yeah, that's why I'm here. So he sold me stuff. He goes, he said, oh, this is good stuff. It's called lamb's wool. And I said, okay. So I think I paid $10 for an ounce of lamb's wool in Jamaica. Brought it back to the hotel. Went outside in the balcony and smoked it. And then my first wife comes out and I said, man, I got totally ripped off. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I said, this weed sucks. She goes, it hasn't done anything to me. She goes, seriously? I said, yeah. She goes, you do realize you've been sitting out on the balcony for 4 hours now just watching the ocean. And I said, okay, I need to take this home. So how are we going to do this? So she said, well, what we could do is roll a bunch of joints and I'll put them in my tampons. And I'll just put a box of tampons in my suitcase. So we get back to the States and we get off the plane and we have to go through customs. And all of a sudden I start sweating. But I do the stupidest thing I possibly could have done because the guy going through the suitcase goes, so what do you do for a living, sir? I said, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So you're a musician coming back from Jamaica. So they start twisting like my shaving cream cans and stuff, seeing if they're coming apart. He just picks up the box of tampons and looks at it and throws it back down. I was like water streaming down my face. But you know, it was worth it.
This is an easier time to get through shit in customs.
Right. Easier trying to get shit through customs.
Which is crazy.
Before
I think,
9/11.
speaking of which, today is the 20th
It is.
anniversary of that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you want to celebrate it. It's
Yeah, absolutely not.
Anniversary
If you're thinking of playing Jenga today, don't.
yeah. I mean, it
Wow.
it was a terrible time. Do y'all remember y'all were at?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
I was at school.
we had the conversation this morning. I asked Pete if he remembered, and so I was at the hospital for my ex's mother was going through open heart surgery at the time that it happened. And then Pete remembered.
I was ironically watching CNN. And they were
Do
talking
you
about.
unironically watch it? That's hilarious.
I was watching CNN, and they was just showing a story about what everybody thought, what I thought was that a small private plane, like a single seat private plane, had hit the World Trade Center. And I'm thinking, oh, it's an accident. And I'm watching it, and they're showing both towers. They're showing the one that's smoking, when all of a sudden, out of the left corner of the screen, comes a plane that goes around like this and it's a regular sized jet, and it goes directly into the middle of the other building. And that's when I just stopped and went, oh my God. But the thing was, the people on CNN watching it as it happened, they just freaked out. They didn't know what to say. Everybody just started screaming. And that's when I drove and went and picked my kids up at school and said, gotta come home.
Apparently, I wasn't picked up at school because somebody was at the hospital.
There you go.
I was so disappointed that everybody else was leaving home.
Poor Teddy's like sitting on the steps of the school by himself with a little
Y'all were lucky
bag.
y'all got to go home. I didn't get to go home.
Yeah,
I stayed at school, and then I walked home.
I also walked home afterwards.
And I walked home. Fuck, man.
Actually, I walked to the rec center.
They made us write a paper about that bullshit. I remember. I forgot what grade I was in when that shit happened. What year was 9/11?
I was in fourth grade.
You shouldn't start by calling it bullshit. That's probably not the best route.
Right.
I do want to say.
It's just bullshit that he had to write a paper.
That shit changed the world that changed the world forever.
It did.
And
I wish honestly, our unity on September 12th that we had throughout the country, and I wish we could get some of that back.
Yeah, I mean,
like unity for who?
What I do want to say,
the love,
because hate crimes increased by
no, it's
400%. Yes, it did.
That's true.
Hate crimes increased against Muslim Americans entirely.
Who would have thought
right,
that
you're
Americans
right,
would
But there wasn't
reactionary?
unity amongst everybody.
I want it throughout everybody. I just wish our world could just take a pill.
I think we should go back to 2015, whenever Pokemon Go originally came out. And that's when we really had unity.
Bruh, I even got into that.
Before you guys do it too much, I just want to give my your prayers and condolences to all the families that were affected by that. That shit really changed a lot of things.
You were definitely trying to make this heartfelt the entire time. I was not having it.
No, I want to get through it. So my mom was an information specialist for a 411 phone company. So for like a local company, so they would call her and ask her questions, and all that she was getting the entire time was grown men crying, trying to get numbers to the towers.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom was like, she just told me the story today about what she was doing, and I was just like, okay, that explains why I didn't get picked up either.
Shout out to Pete for being the only one who cared about his kids.
Facts, man. Facts.
No, I remember I was like the media center and shit.
Well, if you really want to get the gist of it, the best way to get the gist of it is that there were two French guys that were doing a documentary about a New York City fire department, and they were out on a call with the fire department when the first plane came over their heads, and everybody looked up. All the firemen looked up, like, why is this plane this low? And they watched it hit the building. They then were the first fire company on the scene, and what goes on from there really gives you because they walked into the lobby. They were in the lobby of the World Trade Center, and the documentary. You can pull it up. I forget the name of it, but just Google.
You watched the documentary?
Yeah, I watched it.
I thought he was just doing his New York civil duty.
No. I'm saying,
by the way, what happened?
I watched the documentary. So they're in the lobby of the World Trade Center, and they're trying to figure out which way to go. When all of a sudden they start hearing these really loud bangs on the awning over the entrance to the World Trade Center.
Yeah,
and it takes them a few minutes. No, it takes them a few minutes to realize it's people landing on it that are jumping rather than being burned to death.
It's crazy.
And the firemen that's people. That's really gives you a gist of how horrific it was, because it was horrific. Let's not talk about it though.
Yeah, no,
That's insane.
But like Lucas started out for real.
With you.
Always.
I know. For real, how he started out, everybody should just take a moment at some point today and just, remember those that lost their life and the families that had to suffer. So.
Or you can commentate on a boxing match. That's a good way to celebrate.
Take it to the left, to the left. Uppercut. So, we got secrets going on. Hold on.
We'll talk about it later, dog.
I wish Coca-Cola would stop changing friggin' cans.
If I had known that I should have asked you to
everybody.
bring me a Coke. I'm so sorry.
They're confusing everybody. Now that looks like a regular Coke, and it's a Coke.
I like the black lettering.
I like it too,
I
but
like
it's still
that.
Y'all remember when they had the names on them?
This is not a. This is a third. This is like not Coke Zero. This is the
zero
Coke
sugar.
Zero
This is
sugar.
no sugar.
I'm looking at it right now where it says
Is that
Coke
not
Zero.
Coke Zero?
I'm looking at it right now where it says Coke
It is
Zero.
right. It's a Coke Zero, but it's different formula than the original Coke Zero.
What will they think of next?
Well, they're
So-
always thinking of coming up with different forms. I mean, there's no cocaine in it anymore.
right.
Not that big a
I liked it when it had cocaine in it. That was 18
This is more
something.
of a Coke taste.
Shit.
This is more of a Coca-Cola taste.
We
It
just
has
found out
more of
Pete
that
was a time
carbonation.
So it doesn't taste just like the.
I'm actually a vampire.
Flat.
Yeah,
That's why I was at the
It doesn't
castle.
taste like the flat. All right, that I'd probably want to try that. Then.
Yeah, so that's really good. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good stuff.
Yeah, is it? Oh, okay.
We thought we were gonna get assaulted, guys.
We did. I thought I heard like a loud knocking. I was like, why are the cops here? Who's doing this right now?
They found us, babe.
Yeah,
Come on.
he brings up
Zephyr
cocaine.
Right, cocaine.
Excuse me, we're looking
I
for a gentleman
smuggled-
that smuggled some marijuana out of Jamaica back in 1978.
Yo, so how much?
See in there?
How much were tickets like? Like, how was it? Because I was trying to Google how much tickets cost back then.
To go to Jamaica?
No, like just like flying in that
general,
time frame.
I think that was like stupid cheap, like $89.
Jeez.
You can give him a hand. I mean, my flight was $49. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one way though. That's why it's so cheap.
I mean, I thought it did. You probably did do a round trip thing.
Yeah, round trip
either way,
tickets.
that's still like super cheap to go
Everything
to
was
Jamaica. But I'm
cheap.
talking about
Right.
Yeah, I had it.
you're
yeah.
cheap to go to Chirac. Is
Of course, man. It's a third world country. Of course.
It is.
made a joke about that today to him. I was like, why don't we consider Ohio like? Why is it called the Midwest whenever it's closer to the east side? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, it's because if they called it the Middle East, we'd invade it.
That's true. That's true.
Bro,
No, Jamaica's great. Jamaica's a great place to go. I wanted to go there because I'm a drummer. I was able to play drums at the time, and I wanted to learn the
Steel drum.
reggae is completely.
I thought you were just gonna. Like, you just wanted to be blissed out of your mind.
Well, that's too.
I thought you wanted to get into a drum circle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, blissed out of your mind.
That
I was
too.
playing drum circle. It was a different time.
But it was great. Yeah, it was reggae everywhere. Everywhere you went, it was just reggae.
So how long have you been doing music?
Since I was 9, so 1964 maybe.
He started playing drums at that time.
So did you actually take like any drumming lessons or like did your?
I did.
My mom bought me a drum set whenever I was like 4, and then I started playing with it. And like next day, she's like, "All right, this is done."
I actually did it to get out of class. I think I was in
All
like
this noise.
6th grade or something, and then an announcement came over the PA if anybody wanted to join the school band. Of course, my hand shot up immediately because I knew it was a way to get out of class. So I went down there and they gave me 2 choices: the French horn or the drums. I said, "Well, what do you think?"
I don't want a baguette.
So I took up the drums. So I got some drum lessons from the band teacher, but band teachers back then, they know like maybe 1 or 2 instruments, so they do the best they can to teach you. So that's how I learned how to play.
That's pretty cool.
And
And then eventually
later-
I took real lessons. But
What were your real lessons like? Did you actually go to like a
my
like a
first
studio thing or?
my first real lessons
Yes.
were frightening because I was 18. I was 18 and I was in a band with a guy who was really into R&B, and he took me to see Aretha Franklin's drummer, guy named Bernard Purdy, he played on a lot of the early Atlantic R&B stuff, but he played on like Rocksteady and all of Aretha's hits. And I sat. His drums were where you guys are, and I sat here and watched them. And it was at a bar, and he was as a drummer, he was ridiculous. And after we finished playing, he was at the bar having a drink, and I'm just an 18-year-old kid, so I just walked up to him and I said, Mr. Purdy, I said, do you give drum lessons? And he looked down at me and he started laughing. He goes, you want me to teach you how to play? And I said, yeah. He goes, okay. And he gave me a card. He told me to be at this building in Manhattan on this day. And I went there and I was just scared shitless. And as I was walking in this real tall building that has an Atlantic recording studio at the top, his rehearsal studio's in there. And as I was walking in the door, he was walking out. And I said, Mr. Purdy, I said, do you remember me? I said, I have a lesson with you. He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, I saw you coming. He goes, come on. And he puts me in a cab and flies me down downtown to go to another rehearsal studio where another kid that he mentored is playing with a new guy named Robert Palmer. And they're working on rehearsals for his upcoming tour, his first tour of the United States. And so that was my introduction to learning with Bernard. But I studied with Bernard for about 2 years and found out that as great of a drummer as he is, he wasn't really a great teacher. I didn't really learn. I learned a lot about feel, which was really important. And so from there, I went to another guy who had mentored named Chet DeBow, and Chet and I are still friends. And Chet really taught me the right way. But
that's what's up.
Being with Bernard was great, though. It was great.
When was your last show?
My last show that I played?
Yes.
Oh, God.
6 years ago, when the band split up.
Yeah. No, Gulf Coast Groove was my last show.
Oh, but that was not really counting. That was. I never went to one of them because it was for like.
Yeah, it was like
they did
Sun
like Sun City
Center
convention thing where the older people came out.
It was
so
a money making.
They wore these flashy jackets with sequins all over them. They have a blue one, a gold one, silver, a red one. It's like he has all these.
But in a lot of those
sequins.
schmaltzy situations where you as a musician sometimes you do shit to make money, of course,
right.
And sometimes you get to play with great guys. When I was in New York, the last band I was in, but the side gig I did, I was in a wedding band. And two of those guys, the guitar player I played with is now the musical director, has been for 20-some years for the Beach Boys. So we go see him occasionally. And then the bass player who's in the band plays with this band who's real big in Europe. They've got 20 albums out there called They Might Be Giants.
Is it Rammstein?
And no, I wish it was Rammstein.
No, They Might Be Giants. You talking about They Might Be Giants?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know they are. That's an actual group, yeah.
So the guy, Danny, he was the bass player in the wedding band, and Scott Taunton, who's the musical director, was the guitar player. So that was a good gig. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I got to play with two real good
Scotty
guys.
lives in Lakeland. We
Yeah, he
don't
lives in
see him
Lakeland,
very
yeah.
often.
Well, he's always on
He's
tour.
always on tour
Always
working
on tour.
with Mike Love. But when he comes to Tampa, we occasionally go and see the show.
Yeah.
Go backstage. We get to see the Beach Boys.
It's fun. Till
Yeah.
the daddy takes the tape out away.
So that's kind of cool, because my mom loved the Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah.
And because that was, her music back in the day.
Right,
So
growing up.
so she loved the Beach Boys, and now the fact that I've
Met them?
I met them, and I'm friends with one of them now. It's kind of cool.
Donny Osmond? I don't know who the Beach Boys are.
Are you familiar with They Might Be
You
Giants?
really don't know who the Beach Boys are?
I have no idea.
Oh my
Lord.
lord.
Like if you probably played a song, I'd be like, yeah, I know that song.
That's like saying I don't know who the Beatles are. Wow.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Do you
Aruba,
know They Might Not Be Giants?
Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take
Yeah,
you
I know
to
that song.
Yeah. Do you know They Might Be Giants? Are you familiar with them?
I've heard the group before, yes.
They were the theme song to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. They wrote all the music for that.
That's hilarious.
The Beach Boys also make that song. Wouldn't it be nice if we were
Yeah, see, I know
That's one of
their song.
That's one of my favorite Beach Boys songs, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Riding with Chauncey is the greatest thing on the planet.
Right? They also do that, round, round, get around, now get around, round.
And this is
What?
Pete's love for Chauncey's growing every day. So slightly.
No,
I
not
know
really.
I'm awesome.
Not really. At the same time, I couldn't tell you any of R. Kelly's songs.
Okay.
We don't. Nobody listens to R. Kelly.
You watch your goddamn mouth.
I am.
Nah, you watch your mouth around here, right?
Lucas has to listen to him because he's from Chicago.
I love R. Kelly's music. I hate R. Kelly as a person.
Okay, game. I'm the same. I would admit that because I love R. Kelly was the groove music.
Yeah,
his album
music. I literally grew up to that type of music. The Chicago step is something that I'm very familiar with. I love that shit so much. So I always hear people like, you can't like him. I'm like, the fuck I'm supposed to do? He made I Believe I Could Fly. The song is great. Him as a person is atrocious, but I love that song. What am I supposed to listen to the Graduation now? Dreams and Nightmares? You can't just change the song up like that. I love R. Kelly, man. We ain't gonna sit there and say we don't.
Facts.
He loves R. Kelly's music. I'm gonna go ahead and preface that again. He doesn't like R. Kelly. He likes R. Kelly's music.
I can relate. I can definitely relate to that. I will concur on that
two
one.
Different things.
Bitch, are you the Hobbit? I love Kanye West too, even though I'm not supposed to. It's a weird thing.
I never really got into Conway.
Yeah, man.
Conway
Twitty?
Kanye.
Wanye Cast.
I was putting the two together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wanye Cast.
Yes.
Why you so what was your rap? What you listen to rap wise? If you tell me the Beastie Boys, we're gonna have that.
Or are you just asking her what she grew up on, like listening or?
Yeah. What you grew up on?
What I grew up on at first was what my mom listened to was, the
Beach Boys,
the bebop music from back in the day, the poodle skirt era.
Yeah.
So I grew up on that, and then when I realized what music was, because I was born too late, and I should have been born a lot earlier, like maybe a decade earlier.
That's how we all feel.
That would complicate a lot of things right now, I feel.
It'd be very complicated.
So, but
one of these things wouldn't exist.
Or would he? And he would just be younger.
Oh my God.
I'd be older.
You would be older.
You would be older.
10 years older. Nice if he was older.
Wouldn't it be nice? There you go. Very good.
God damn it.
We're bringing it back.
God damn it.
That was good.
My first introduction to rap was I was a drum department manager at a music store in Queens, Forest Hills, town called Forest Hills, and these guys would come in and buy gear and stuff. One of them was three guys. They would call Run DMC. Probably heard of them.
Yeah.
And then,
I was waiting for the name drop. I was like,
he just tell you about some people like, yo, and Lenny Kravitz. He's gonna be big.
And then the other one was two guys, Kid and Play. You remember that? And I had to fit him. He had that afro that went straight up.
Yeah.
And I had to fit him for a headset mic. That was fun.
That's hilarious.
That didn't mess with his fro.
You gotta hang him off the back of his head.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I had to change it around, so it went back here because most of them went here, and he couldn't do that. So, and then he put it on. He started running around the store dancing to see if it was going to fall off or not. It was great.
That's hilarious.
So Forest Hills was kind of cool in those days because not only did those guys live there, but the Ramones lived there. They lived down the street from the store. They used to come in off their ass.
Our plot twist is that Chauncey's love for Pete is growing more.
Yeah, I am hearing those ohs and ohs.
Nice. That is
so,
nice.
You guys listen to swing music? Is that why you were disappointed when you found out what a swinger was?
I grew up on rock and roll.
There's a difference between a hoedown and throwing a hoedown.
Yeah.
The song I do at karaoke, Zoot Suit Riot, is like that. Vic swore that song was from the Zoot Suit era. Like, not bad. It's like 1990.
Mom grew up during the time of the police.
Yeah, and
a lot of those.
That was speaking of going back to the castle. That was a thing at the castle for a while. Remember that, where they did swing band stuff. And, and guys were wearing zoot suits and shit.
Could you imagine the promotion?
Do that down there.
I can imagine the promotion now.
They do that at Disney. They have a zoot night.
They had a zoot night, and I remember going up there, and there was a guy decked out in a bright yellow zoot suit with a hat, and you would have really thought it was like the 20s, except the only difference was he had a giant octopus tattooed on his neck.
Oh yeah, what was in there? Doing it up.
My first concert that I went to was Guns N' Roses.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's my musical growing up, and I've kind of stuck with it. I listen to 98 Rock continuously because that's the best music. It's the stuff I grew up on. They still play it, and then they play anything that's kind of current.
I used to live at concerts.
So.
I just love concerts.
What's the name of your group?
What's that?
The name
Which
of your
one?
group. The last one.
The last one was called Smoke and Run.
Yeah, Smoke and Run. Okay, because I kind of want to say Smoke on the Run. I'm like, I feel like that's something else.
And of course,
Who came up with the name? Like, I'm really big on names.
The original bass player, because everybody sat around and smoked, after rehearsal, and he just got up and said, "Well, I hate to smoke and run, but I gotta go." And somebody said, "Wow, that's a great name for the band." And that was became Smoke and Run.
I got a lot of names I want to go with. Like, if I ever had like a band, like a contemporary band, it's gonna be Lucas and the No Goods.
Nice.
We're gonna dress up like the Temptations. It's gonna be great.
That's nice.
I love that because that's my music.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
See you.
That's not. We just perform at karaoke. That's all it is. It's me and two of my friends. Like, I love doing karaoke because, like, one, I look a certain way. I know how I look as a person, but I'll go up there and do songs that you would never assume that I would do.
I won't do karaoke.
You got me and Dennis are gonna do Over and Over, and I'm gonna be a Timber Girl.
You've asked me a couple times though to go do karaoke.
I know, but you never took me up on it, so that's gone.
Pete did karaoke that one time we were up in Alabama, and he did Metallica.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
At that, like, it was a we're in the sticks in Alabama, and we're in the sticks in Alabama. Chauncey plays really good air
Banjos everywhere.
Very good air
But
instruments.
the bar is a double wide trailer.
It was.
It was a double wide trailer.
And I made the mistake of singing a song that I didn't realize my band did in a different key. So when I started to sing it, I was like, holy crap, this is way too friggin' high. Yeah. It's too late.
Yeah,
You're stuck.
It sounded bad. And I was boasting him so
I know.
good.
She's talking me up, and I go up and I sound like shit.
And everybody just turned around and looked at me. I'm like, you know
I
what?
thought you
What
said
the
you could
fuck?
sing.
I don't know.
I'm like, oh, this you? Like, this your man's?
Chauncey's done karaoke before.
Yeah, I did once. I did Jaded by Aerosmith.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Great song.
love
That is a great
Aerosmith.
song,
Aerosmith is one of my favorite
It was a great
bands.
visual experience to see him singing that song.
It's like, yeah, man. I forgot what the original song I was going to go up there and do. Because they didn't have the one that I wanted to do.
Are you gonna be my girl?
Sweet Emotion.
I think it was Are You Gonna Be My
I love
Girl?
that song.
I think that's what it was gonna be.
I sang that song in my last band. Well, I still have. We're going to see Maroon 5 in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Psyched.
That was one of my birthday presents. The other one is, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this. I'm going to see Ron White, the comedian.
Oh, okay. That's Chauncey's favorite comedian.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's Chauncey's favorite comedian.
Chauncey, him and I are like legit friends on Facebook.
Ron White is your friend on fucking Facebook?
Yes.
I'm your fucking son. Like, I thought it was like a backstab move to have my biological father as your friend on Facebook, but him still not talk to me. But now you're friends with Ron White. Is he my dad?
That's
First the fuck of all,
awesome.
first fuck of all,
Fuck.
the complete opposite reaction of what she expected. She's like, I don't want you guys to like hate me for this. Like,
The only person that feels bad is Chauncey.
Chauncey's over here like, yo, hey, come talk to me.
I want to drink with this dude. Like, he's fucking awesome,
The
bro.
best thing ever is
Number one tequila. Is,
Yes.
go,
Like, oh my god.
the best thing ever is I am gonna work my magic. I'm gonna get backstage, and my friends just bought me a pack of
Bringing it back to the swinger
cigars.
stage.
My friends just bought me a pack of cigars for my birthday,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna smoke a cigar with Ron White. That is my goal.
So what
That's
else you have to do
insane.
is a shameless plug for your son's podcast. It's the least that you can do.
You'd be like, I actually won these tickets from my son's podcast that he absolutely did not give me.
You just imagine like we have someone who really loves you. Like this.
Yes. Oh
like
my God.
Chauncey is, and he's proud about it. He don't give a fuck.
So proud about it,
He
bro.
loves Ron White.
He does.
No,
He
so
does.
cool.
He'll stay awake to watch the whole special. He don't give a fuck.
No fucks, bro. Dude is hilarious to me, bro.
You got water.
You doing?
We've got City Punch.
We do have City Punch.
What the fuck is a city punch?
Tap water.
Hell no.
You should have probably came prepared. You don't have to deal with it.
I thought you had a Coke.
I drank that thing hours ago.
You guys have
It has-
you guys have a bidet?
You do not have a day.
And around comes the bidet again.
Do you have ice? Do you have ice?
No.
You don't have
gotta-
ice in the freezer?
No, we have
Nah.
a phone
You're
charger in the
fine, my
freezer.
God. Jesus
Do you have ice
Christ.
in the freezer? They don't even have a freezer, man.
Chauncey's got it. He's taking
I'm
it.
sorry, I got my shoes.
Why would you go
and-
that way? That's such a
We do have freezer.
we do have a freezer.
That's where we put the bodies.
No one's gonna fit in the freezer. I already tried.
After you cut it up.
Nah, we ain't doing all that.
Chauncey's gonna chip the ice off of some lady's hand right now in the freezer. Put that in a glass for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a fingernail right there. Let me get that. No, you open the freezer and it's just full of frost. You just chop that off.
Actually, there's a record player in there, and it has a record of Foreigner in it. You're as cold as ice. Yeah, see?
Foreigner.
Yeah, that's who does that song.
See,
Ta-da.
don't be jealous. Chauncey getting all this love right now.
Yes. Love Chauncey. Hate everyone else. And I'm back. With the spores.
He had to go get some water. We didn't fill any of Pete's rider list that he gave us.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Shit. I had the left side Twix in the
Yeah.
freezer. I was going to bring it, but your sister ate it. So
Look at that.
that was it. That was the
Now we
only
gotta
part of
go
the
fight
rider I
Jessa.
could get.
I'm down for the brawl.
Pete had given us a nice list. Twix left side only. Incense 1960s mode. Which I don't know what that means.
I think that's the like the type of
Is that
incense,
the smell?
Patchouli.
Oh, it's patchouli.
That would be the 60s smell.
Ah, okay, I got you. I got
anacrustic
you.
as fuck.
He wanted Ron White's #1 tequila. 2 bottles of it.
2 bottles.
He said fans in case it's hot, blankets in case it's cold.
Well, we got blankets.
He said Bob Marley background music. 2 pounds of freshly dried Escobar El Diablo weed. 2 lighters, 1 bong, 1 gas mask, and a 4-foot beer funnel and a 24-pack of Natty Ice. And naked photos of Martha Stewart.
Nice.
First of all, I tried Big Dog. Those are not easy to come
Yeah,
by.
he immediately got blocked by Martha Stewart.
It really hurt because she's one of my heroes.
Yeah, that's what we tasked him with.
Honestly, yo, the gas mask. I did a gas mask the first time I ever went to the castle. And that shit probably fucked me up really bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where I went, bro. It's like, yo, you want to do a gas mask? I'm
man.
like, yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, man. Them gas masks will fucking put you on your ass.
And that's not a place to be at.
Try getting that around dreads. It's the hardest thing ever.
Damn, my hair was shorter than. Fuck.
I was like, I've always
You
had
got to do the face part.
Yeah, I just had to hold it up to my face because I couldn't get the straps around my head.
I almost passed out.
I never did a gas mask.
You would have
my
passed
God.
out.
It's dangerous.
It is. You can get asphyxiated really easily. Because you get stoned if you got to take
That's
it
like
off. You just fall asleep.
Yeah,
That's like a 32-point word on Scrabble. Like,
you attach a bong to a gas mask and just.
Oh my god.
Why you suck like that?
They're only like $20.
They really are cheap. They really are.
I don't have a bong.
It comes attached with
Yeah,
one.
it comes attached with one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby, not getting a gas mask. Real.
What's the matter? You don't want to walk around the kitchen and see her strapped up?
I went to the friend's house on the internet. Okay, I did that. I'm not getting you a gas mask for your birthday.
How about a bong?
Got your Ron White tickets.
I can't ask
Don't
for
ask him for
anything.
shit.
Maroon 5.
I can't ask for
Got
shit.
Maroon 5
I don't
and
know.
Ron
I don't know.
White.
Yeah.
You could probably still ask for something with that Ron White thing. It was just a matter of confidence. You could have hit him up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's my birthday. I'll get you back for free. Look at that. It would be completely different.
She's good at that stuff. I bet we can go backstage because she is good at that stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds very dark. If you
No, she's good at it.
She's very good at that
So
stuff.
you get
Yeah,
it
she's good
for
at
the-
getting backstage.
I am.
You're
I
good at-
am. I'm going to tell you a true story. Okay. A
be
concert.
Right. We won't call you out on it.
We won't judge you.
A concert that I went to. I am one of the reasons why they were banned forever coming back to that state.
What state?
Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Shit, I thought it was like New York.
Right.
I have another question. Your son
So-
brought up a good point. Oh, go ahead.
No. I wanted to hear more about her fucking story. What did you do? What happened? What band?
She was,
Like, what?
She was a 13-year-old groupie.
No, I was.
Well, it was R. Kelly?
It was. It was
R.
R. Kelly
Kelly.
concert.
Jesus.
No, I was 15 and I went to a concert that had Poison and the band Poison.
Yeah.
And the band,
It just had poison.
They were passing poison around in the audience
Pass the poison right. Here's your
in a
poison.
gas mask.
I had
Bell,
to
bim,
specify.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so you went to see Poison.
Yeah.
I went to see Poison and Rat, and me and a friend of mine, we were
Which
both,
one went on first? Was it Rat Poison or was it Poison Rat?
Poison rat.
What was the order there? What did you order that night?
These names are not that inventive.
It's kind of funny because you poison a rat.
You ever rat a poison? It was
You don't rat the poison. You never rat the poison.
That's poison.
So long story short, she's backstage
it's
and
never
she's
a long-
high on rat poison when the cops burst in.
That's why they're never allowed to come back.
Right.
It's
So what's that,
pretty much-
arsenic?
It's very close to that. We were
Totally.
backstage partying with Rat, and we were drinking and we were smoking, and
In comes the poison.
poison.
You could
Poison
argue
was
the
on
poison was already
stage.
there.
Poison was on stage at the time. So, but yeah, they'd gotten a lot of trouble because we were
Oh, 'cause y'all
underage
backstage. Yeah.
underage backstage, and Alabama's really like back.
Yeah,
Back-
not unless it's your cousin.
Right,
We
not
get
unless
it.
it's your, right. If you
Right.
were if you were a relative, it would have been a different story. Like, oh,
Right,
that's
if we
fine.
were
Definitely, his mom
fam.
is your uncle.
He's your double cousin uncle.
So yeah, they got banned for coming back to the state of Alabama because of that.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
She's not apologizing. That's not the point.
I'm not fucking sorry. I'll do it again.
Right, I'll fucking do it again if I could.
I would. It was an
So
experience.
needless to say, this will be Ron White's last show ever.
He's never coming back to
I
Florida.
have
again.
another question. Your son told us about your seance that you did.
Oh yes,
That was great.
it was great.
So good. It was my idea. I came up with the whole idea.
My mom tortured me a
So,
lot. My mom used to chase me around with a 4-foot iguana.
there's an obligatory joke there. What possessed you to do that? Tell him the story. I want to hear it from your perspective.
I just love doing pranks, man. I absolutely love doing
He's
pranks.
got
Yeah.
a tattoo of him wearing a gas mask on his leg. I just caught that.
That's hilarious.
You know, you're the reason your son is the way that he is. You cannot get mad at him at all. You're not allowed to why are you like this? You made me like this.
I don't.
Did this to me.
I don't have a problem with the way Teddy is.
You made your son whimsical. Are you okay with people saying your son's whimsical? Is it okay with you?
He is whimsical.
I know he is.
I mean, why would I get upset with
He also
that?
wants to
He's-
torture prank us because you did the same thing as a child.
This is where y'all are coming from.
They don't understand. It's your
That's
job.
exactly where I was going.
It was my job as a parent to screw my children's childhood up.
Yes.
All I did.
No.
My dad did that by not being
My
there.
children. And now, like, I get to screw my grandchildren's lives up, right?
That's
great. It's
hilarious. Well, Teddy's not having them, so you got to wait on.
Just-
Right, just-
Oh my god! Don't even talk about that.
That's a
Oh,
shot
yeah,
in the dark.
Shot in the dark.
That's how she feels on the dick.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. No, she wants to marry a Marine.
What?
This is what she's got in her head. She wants to
needs to
marry
get-
a Marine.
You tell her she
She's
needs
gonna go
actual
marine
gold.
hunting. She's gonna go in the ocean with scuba
First
gear.
of all,
and find-
she doesn't want to do that. In reality, you know she does. Like, that's a terrible idea.
find
It
some
is a
marine.
terrible-
Second of all, you need to have a conversation about that.
But guys, the benefits.
The Camaros.
The Camaros,
The health insurance that you get from
a
the
holes punched in a wall.
No, it's a bad idea.
She wants to marry. You know what it is? She
My
wants to
daughter,
marry-
my daughter married a Marine.
Yeah.
She wants to marry
I had
a
to go
Marine
get her. I had to go to
that's-
Virginia in the snow.
because of us.
Jesus.
We're the reason
And
that she
bring her
wants to marry a
home.
Marine because you know we're gonna pick on them.
She gotta bring somebody tough around here. Build army tough.
So I'm happy that you
Or
try to
whimsical.
prank them. And
No, he wants to.
when are you
yeah.
going to?
He's not.
They're too weak.
Not
We?
No.
I feel like we're strong for not letting the prank be
Bro,
played.
did he tell you? Did Tuddy tell you the story of what was it? It was Friday the 13th, and I was supposed to be at work.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, you have told me that. Scared the shit out of you.
It wasn't even Friday the 13th. I want to go ahead and point that out there. Right? It was like a regular Thursday the 22nd. All right. She's supposed to be fucking at work doing her fucking job, putting food on the table. You know
what? I don't
earning
think-
a paycheck.
Thinking to myself, you know what? I don't think Teddy Hart beat that much. Let's up that percentage.
Do you know this story?
No,
You
I
know
never
the
heard this story.
So
Oh my
you
god!
pranked him on Friday the
22nd?
26th? Something like that.
fucking. It's like 9 o'clock at night. All right, it's fucking dark
Is
as
it
shit.
April? Like,
My stepdad's like, "Oh, let's go throw the football." Why? Okay, sure. So we go out into the street, we start throwing the football. He immediately throws it into a fucking bush over to the left. He's like, "Well, go get it now." Why am I you threw it over there? He was closer to it than I was.
seniority is a bitch, Teddy.
So I walk over there to go get it, and I probably get to like a little bit off the road, and she jumps out full Jason hockey mask and a fucking knife.
Nice.
Fucking-
Nice.
The only thing I could do was scream, and then reality set in, and I'm like, "Why are you not at work? You're not even supposed to be here right now."
What are you going on, Mom?
He was so scared he almost pissed himself. He got mad about that. He's like, yo, this is your fault.
Now your paycheck's gonna suffer for this.
Right? It was different. This was back before the recession hit. You know,
Yeah, one of them.
one of them.
So you now have a need to prank these guys.
I want to prank them so
I think
bad.
what
I
you
want
should
to
do
prank
is
in general.
Do you know what his prank for Marcus is? Do you know Marcus's fear is elevators, getting stuck in an elevator? He wants to trap Marcus in an elevator.
I think it would be great.
That would be awesome.
It would be so great. What?
Hey, yo, his psych profile is filling
gotta
out right
make-
now.
You gotta get an inhaler.
You know, it makes
So
it a
you
lot
can-
easier. It was like, is that a mom thing or a dad thing? You're making this so much easier.
Mom, got it.
I think Teddy's prank should be he gets up
Get
in the
an
middle of the night and
Effridge
installs
shot.
a bidet in the bathroom.
That requires too much effort.
You know-
And I'm not that heavy of a sleep.
All that noise he gonna be making.
He had a hard time with the lock on the door.
Oh man.
You know what the thing was when that happened, bro? I was just like, I'm so glad it wasn't me this time. Cause I do it all the time.
Right, he locks the door all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you fucking just let me struggle for like 20 minutes?
Because I did it, because I do it, and then I fix it because I did it. First
Yeah, but you could have at least came out and be like, "So this is how you do it. You don't have to take
I
off
thought
the
you knew
entire
how to
door
do
handle."
it.
He took off the entire door.
I thought you knew how to do it. It did
No.
take you a while.
because I took off the entire door handle, Lucas. Jesus Christ. So I accidentally had locked the bathroom door. This man comes out here, tries to go into the bathroom. I had just gotten back from somewhere. He's sitting on the couch for like 5 minutes. He's like, so is anybody in the bathroom? No. Huh. The door's locked. And then just goes into his room. Just like, all right, yep, that's the end of it. Last Sunday. That's when it happened. Last Sunday.
I wanted him to do it. I wasn't gonna do it.
You could have just been like, "Hey,
the technique
just do this."
I thought that he knew how to do it. I thought everyone.
I don't lock the bathroom door, Lucas.
I thought everyone knew how to do that.
We didn't all grow up in the hood, Lucas.
That's not a hood thing. That's an I'm an idiot thing.
What, does it have the hole in the middle?
It does have the hole in the middle.
Yeah,
you
you
just
stick
put the-
something in there.
No, I take it apart halfway, and then I flip the latch and I just put it back together. It's significantly less effort.
All you have to do is like get a metal clothes hanger and put it in that hole.
You know what I don't have?
A metal
clothes hanger. It's 2021.
I think I may have one.
Also, I couldn't wear a suit for tomorrow if I tried.
I mean, the other thing you could do is take that and just light the door on fire.
Oh yeah, this torch that we have over here.
Burn down.
Just melt the door off.
Right in.
Right.
What's going on tomorrow?
Wedding. Jose's wedding.
Yeah, Jose's
getting married?
Yeah, Jose's getting married.
Aw, you know he was one
To
of
his-
the originals.
To his,
Well aware of this.
right, like I was only friends with him.
We were there.
You only know them because we brought him around.
You knew him by proxy.
Were you around then?
Yeah.
Yes. What the fuck?
He was like, I don't even remember you. I don't even know who you are.
Time, Lucas. It's been
It
a long
has
time.
been a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Oh,
I remember, like, shout out to the trailer.
So where's the wedding? Where
It's in Dover.
At Cross Creek Ranch.
So you got to go all the way to.
Don't say all the way.
Europe?
It's like 20 minutes
It's
away.
only 20 minutes
You got
away.
to go to the White Cliffs to just go to the wedding. Jesus Christ!
Yo,
Oh my God!
it's gonna be a great wedding. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
There's an open bar, and that's what I'm really excited for.
Wow.
At least I hope it's an open
I'll
bar.
have to sneak in.
I think it is. Because
I think so.
You just said bring your ID. You didn't say bring money. You said
It better not be a drink
Let me tell you something.
limit.
You get a ticket.
real
My ID gonna count. It's expired.
Oh shit!
real
you're
good
not
rule of
drinking.
thumb, man. Don't ever have an open
That's why
bar
y'all
at
just
your
gonna bring
wedding.
drinks back
No?
to the table to me.
No.
Why is
we're
it
gonna get
Because your
You
guests
understand
will get
Jose and
intoxicated
Jasmine
and
sounds
ruin your
great.
wedding.
the state of Florida.
And
Kicked
your
out.
bar tab will be astronomical.
Yeah, it sounds great to have. Well, yeah, the bar tab.
You might as well
sounds
just
bad.
give the bar all the money you collect
Yeah.
from people.
Did you hear the
for
terrible
your
idea Chauncey has? He wants us to bring him alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I'll do
We're
it.
gonna- Jasmine and Jose are never going to be able to get married again in the state of Florida.
It's a good thing that they should only be married once.
Good thing that I'm 31.
Good luck proving it.
right? Chauncey goes up and orders a drink and
I
I'm like,
fuck. Oh my
No,
god.
it's okay. You'll get your birth
Could
certificate
you go get
today
your
and bring that
dad?
with you.
I'll bring a copy of my birth certificate, a photocopy. Like, look, this is my birth certificate right here. I knew this moment was gonna come.
Yes. Do you understand how much Chauncey gets ID places? It's the
can
greatest
imagine.
Thing. It's the greatest thing.
It's hilarious.
Especially when you got me behind him, like, yo, ID his ass. Card him.
Right.
just start yelling at the bartender, scare him. I'm Lenny Kravitz, motherfucker. Give me a drink.
That looks like new ground.
Dang, man, this new ground stuff. You just gonna let me open this like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I need to contribute.
That's crazy.
Come over here and smoke all your stuff.
Can I use some of that?
Can you use it?
Fuck him. It's ground. Don't be using all her ground.
I just need a little bit.
You don't need nothing.
I need a little bit.
You don't need nothing.
I was gonna put it in my hookah. Like a pinch.
I was gonna put it in my hookah.
Hey, hookah, real small.
Hey, hookah small. You see that small thing over there? Going to hell. Going to hell.
No, go ahead, Lucas.
Cool.
I'm on a monthly budget, so as long as it doesn't interfere with my budget and I don't wind up short,
fucking up her
I gotta
budget,
come
boy.
back over here before October 2nd and hit up with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what she
Yeah,
got to do. She got to come back to and hit it up with you.
Get some grass. So
She used to call that shit dope. I remember that shit.
Yeah, she used to call it dope.
It is dope.
It was dope back in her day.
Yeah, it's dope.
You know, I quit smoking for so long.
I've lived long enough to see it come like that because I was alive when we first started smoking weed.
Right,
and now
it's
you can go to the store and buy it. So it's amazing to me.
Is it wild to you that you smoke with your son?
No, it's not wild. He's
You know the thing was,
30 almost.
My mom wouldn't smoke with me.
My mom would, but my mom's a lightweight now.
Yeah.
Yep.
His mom prefers to smoke with me and not in front of him. It's crazy.
I didn't smoke for years.
No, you didn't. For at least until I had started smoking again.
Yeah, that's
so probably like 25
smoking again.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to smoke all the time. Whenever like
I thought you said you smoking again.
Oh,
that's
you
what
didn't know. I heard you smoking again.
No, back in the day before
because you had stopped smoking for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like I was the one. I was
start smoking.
First time I started smoking, I was 14, 15, somewhere around there. I only smoked for like a year, and then I stopped.
That's crazy. Y'all some badass kids.
Man, there was so many I couldn't keep track.
I was always the one that was smoking in the group. Like they're like, this nigga's always high.
I stopped smoking for a long time because the weed changed.
Weed does change.
They used to be like, damn, can you not be high? And then like now they started getting high. I remember that.
Weeds, they are changing.
Yes, the weeds stay unchanging.
No.
You got Mo. Like, you need to get your tolerance up. I don't know how you don't have your tolerance up. You smoke a lot.
I do have a high tolerance.
No, you do not.
I do now.
No, you do not.
No.
The thing is, Lucas, is nobody has a tolerance as high as us. that's where it's at. Okay.
Because y'all smoke continuously.
What?
If I had the I don't smoke. He says I smoke a lot. To him, I do because he doesn't smoke.
Well,
very often.
Very often.
You got a one hitter. That's all it is.
Yeah, I do a one hitter because I lose joints. I've lost three joints.
Yes, you do.
I do.
She does.
That just happens with naturally old age. The joints just start wearing out. Knees start cracking.
Dude, I fell on my knee in public.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I just busted my ass at World of Beer last week. So here we are.
Yo, he fucking
did you slip on water or something?
I slipped on the floor.
So water was in the equation, but not in the way you would think.
Right. It was just very humid, and there's tile floor.
Yeah.
So it was there.
It was raining outside. He brought rainy fruit.
Write an incident report?
I did not write one. No.
Oh, you should.
I opted not to. I chose dignity over money.
I chose money.
Oh, okay. Did you get anything?
I got $400.
Hey, shit. You know what? In hindsight,
it put food on the. It put. I wasn't looking for it. They called me, and I'm like, I'm not trying.
They came up to him and asked him, like, "Do you want to file an incident report?"
I was like, "Nah, I just want to safely make it to my table."
I texted the group. I was like, "Yo, Teddy just parked twice." He's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "Teddy parked twice."
I have a pin in my finger.
Yeah. Well, shit, you do have a pin in your finger.
And I purposely had them put a loop on it because, the holidays...
For sewing?
No, the holidays are coming up and I'm going to hang a little tiny disco ball and shine a flashlight on it.
Huh, nice. Nice.
At holiday parties.
For, like, Halloween, you could play the Monster Mash.
Yeah,
it was a graveyard smash.
Halloween, you could play the Monster Mash. You have a little disco ball.
Monster Mash.
So what is the actual pin for? Like,
Just to straighten my pinky.
Straighten it out?
Because my pinky was going like that. So
okay.
That straightens it out. But I'm ready to get it out now. And the funny thing...
Maybe you should chop...
last week, I went and the doctor said, well, next Thursday, when you come see me, I will take the pin out. I said, okay, how's that work? What do? You numb my hand or you put me to sleep? He goes, no.
You're awake.
I said, so how does the pin come out? He goes, I pull it out. And I go, yeah, but what else? He goes, nothing else. I just grab it and I pull it out. And I said, no, you don't. And he goes, yes, I do. He goes, don't worry, it's not going to hurt. I'm like, says you. You're just going to pull this pin out of my finger. And it's this long. And it's not going to hurt. And he goes, no.
That's exactly what they say about catheters, and they're fucking liars.
I fucking hate catheters.
Every man
fucking started
in
on
the
catheters.
world hates catheters.
I got
dude.
I got a catheter
when
one
I was in the
time, I never want that
hospital.
shit again.
I told her because they wouldn't let me get out of bed when I was in the hospital for
Try
my
being
burn
the one that's
accident, and I
getting the
said, "No, I'm
catheter."
getting out of bed because I am not getting a catheter."
I think you got the easier job out of the two.
No, she had it really rough with stepdad.
No, I'm just saying in the sense of like pain wise, that shit is intense. That's all
I don't know,
saying.
man. I feel like he got off on it.
I feel
Really?
like
Very
it's
weird.
not the entry that hurts.
No, that
the
was-
exit.
It's the
He had
exit.
to
It's
get.
the exit.
It's
He had to
100%
get
the
that
exit.
surgery. Remember?
Yeah.
When I was ready to go, and
Yeah, he had to get his surgery on his
they had to split his penis open to fix his urethra because he had so many catheters. There was scar tissue in there, and he couldn't pee.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I had to catheterize him at home,
Oh my god.
give him the catheter, and take it out so he could use the bathroom.
They
fun.
every time I've had surgery now, I just I ask the doctor, I'm like, so there's no catheter, right? Like that doesn't have to be a thing. Like, no, you're fine. I'm like, all right. I swear to God, if I wake up with a fucking catheter, though.
It's oh man. For me, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch when it comes to the hospital. I'm like, yo, you have to give me you have to take blood. It's like I'm not taking anything from you.
Oh yeah.
Cause you were with me when that shit happened. So me and Chauncey have a really bad habit. Whenever we go to the hospital together, we just fuck with them. We fuck with everybody in the hospital and shit. Like, cause Chauncey we were at St. Joseph's and he was limping, and we're walking to the bed, and the orderly that's with him is like, "We got kidney stones." I'm like, he wishes he had kidney stones. And she looked at me like I was a psychopath. He's like, "No, I have sickle cell." She's like, "Oh, damn."
No.
I'd rather pass a stone than fucking deal with this shit. Fuck.
He was laying there and he had they wanted to take blood from him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really good at taking blood. I never messed it up." And we're like, "No, no, you're not. No, you're not."
Proved his ass completely right. Like, I mean, wrong. Like, yep, you thought.
Chauncey is a fun person to be in the hospital with his sense of humor.
In pain.
He was midway through a crisis. I was like, "Hey, yo, can I have your
Your PlayStation if you die.
Yeah. I was like, "Can I have your PlayStation?" No, I'm like, "Yo, that's really ignorant. That's really selfish of you." Die.
I hate the hospital, man.
Me too, bro. I have a financial fear of hospitals. I also don't like needles. I hate needles.
Yeah, needles don't bother me, but I don't like the hospital.
The man with tattoos.
Shut up. You have tattoos.
It's different type of needle. Face.
It's how it's prepared.
It's how the needle's prepared. I don't like it being intravenous.
I don't like it.
I hate when they put it an IV because they always put it in my right arm, and that's the arm I bend the most. So naturally, I'm sitting here bending it constantly.
You're
with
not
this
bending your
fucking-
left. You need to bend your left arm more. That's not good for your body.
It doesn't need to do much.
That's muscle atrophy is real. You gotta be careful. Muscle atrophy is real. You gotta be
That's
careful.
atrophy.
Yeah, atrophy is
I already
definitely real.
have
I
that. I already have that. So
Cause you don't bend it enough.
I have dehydrated muscles.
Like mummified.
Mummy. Mum's a mummy.
Maybe you should be a mummy if I don't know.
No,
Yo, I need a Halloween
I
idea. I want
Pain and
I
panic.
told you, man. Woody and old girl. From
to. Nah, bro. I'm not wearing a fucking cowboy hat.
Slumdog Millionaire.
I've never seen that movie.
You don't have to.
That's also ignorant. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
Why is that ignorant?
Yeah, let's watch that movie today. Slumdog Millionaire. You didn't have Slumdog Millionaire. Okay, guess not.
I want to watch Robert Hood Men in Tights.
Who the Men in Tights?
Robert Hood Men in Tights.
You told me drugs.
Drugs.
I also said after that I didn't want to do it on that movie because that's how I fucked myself up with Tron.
We're gonna be Roger Rabbit and Jessica.
Are you gonna be
That
Jessica?
sounds nice. Hey man, y'all can gender bend this all day. Species bend this all y'all want.
I am gonna be Jessica. I've been cramming RuPaul on TV.
I think
I'm ready to go, man.
it would be
He's ready to play some
better
pancake.
if my mom wasn't Roger Rabbit and was more of the detective.
You would pull the detective on hard body And the Teddy could be the villain.
I wanted to be the car, the taxi.
Oh, I could see you as the taxi.
I want to be one of the
I
bullets.
can see you as the taxi. Yeah, that's flattering.
You could be Roger. You could be Roger, Chauncey.
Oh, that is
man.
minstrel as hell.
Do the ears up and the
Yes.
causing all types of mayhem for these.
Chauncey's the baby.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
I'm walking it.
Nice. That would work.
That movie is an intense movie.
I love
It's a
that
great
movie.
movie.
It's great.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Do you like Looney Tunes Back in Action? That's also really good.
Yes. Yes.
Back in action.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman's hilarious.
I mean, that's what we watched when I was growing up was Looney Tunes and shit.
we watched Looney Tunes too.
It thoroughly fucked us
Right.
up. It was great. It was just this adult humor and your little kids. And
You only had 2 channels, right?
they don't think you get. Yeah. No, we had actually.
Nobody knew who
5.
Humphrey Bogart was.
We had 5 channels.
They did.
Well, 9. Maybe it was 9. I don't know.
Maybe him.
I was right. Some of them jokes I didn't get, but now I get them.
The great jokes.
Great fucking jokes, bro.
What jokes?
Looney
Oh,
Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
Looney
Oh,
Tunes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, you like
they're
as a kid, you didn't really understand them,
Right.
but like now, yeah.
Yeah.
People got away with a lot.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just they need to leave them alone. But yeah, I love Looney Tunes. I mean, Bugs Bunny was the shit.
He was an asshole.
He was a cross-dresser.
I love Bugs.
Don't say that after that.
He's so funny, man.
Because okay, there was multiple times where Bugs did shit unprovoked.
All the time.
Bugs was a dickhead.
And the red guy, the hairy
Gossamer?
guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
guys.
Where
Gossamer.
in the episode
With the
where
nails.
he's doing his nails, he's like, "Oh,
You have such perfect toenails. Fingernails. That's what it is. I know a monster with great fingernails. It's fucking great.
I remember being a little and getting up on Saturday morning and my mom giving me a bowl of cereal and going down and sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah.
And we always sat close to the TV so you could reach up and turn it.
Well, that was the babysitter.
Right? And then I would watch like the Flintstones and watch Looney
Jetsons?
Tunes, Jetsons.
Jetsons, yeah.
That was later.
Yeah, Justice was later.
That was later. But yeah, I watched Jetsons whenever it came out. I still watch cartoons.
In the 50s.
What you
man.
watching now?
Oh my gosh, I'll watch Bugs Bunny or we'll watch I was watching the Doug cartoons the other night.
You should be
all
watching
the
South Park.
episodes.
She would hate it.
No, I know. I watch South Park.
South
Yeah,
Park
she
is
had me
great.
watching South Park whenever I was younger.
You want to watch something even stranger than Bugs Bunny? Growing up, I used to watch Betty Boop.
Yo, Betty Boop was on
I
some
like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
That has some serious shit going on in it.
Acid trip type shit.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when it got to be the 70s and we all started smoking weed, there was a guy who put out comics and stuff named R. Crumb, and he sort of styled that same kind of cartoon style as Betty Boop. Betty Boop was seriously had a lot of adult shit going on in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Betty
back
Boop.
before. That was back before like the FCC got in there with their ratings and stuff like that. And you can't show this.
I know.
Right.
I know. I just
I mean,
remember
that's the stuff I grew
how
up watching.
how much
Right.
like the TV shows were like the Waltons and the Little House on the Prairie
I
and
hate that show.
Man.
and those type of shows and Sanford and Son.
they dumbed it
That's
down.
the shit. I love me some Sanford.
I hate that
and
she had to
Son.
point to me.
No,
Hey,
you're
you
the
know me, I'm
closest.
down. It ain't got nothing to do with color.
No, you're the closest one to me.
I'm coming
No, I'm giving you
Hey,
shit,
you-
mama. You know I'm giving you shit.
He looks over at me. He's the closest one to me. Someone point to him.
No, don't get mad. I used to watch the Cosby Show.
That doesn't have the same weight it used to. You might be part of the problem.
Oh, that poor man. He
Family
made
matters.
really bad choices in his life.
No, I don't say poor man. He was very rich while he did it.
Yeah, he was.
It was.
That's too far.
No, that's. Oh, so I'll leave that one.
I think it goes into not. You
Can't.
shouldn't deify people.
No, absolutely not.
You put people in too much
Listen, I'll
Under too much pressure.
tell you
Under
from the
pressure,
heart. It's
Pressing
not cool.
down on me. Pressing down on me.
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Chauncey's like a ringtone.
Chauncey's like that singing bass you used to hang up on the wall.
Chauncey is the actual live human version of this
Can you
dead
Photoshop?
software program.
Right.
Can you Photoshop his hair onto that? Do his face?
Put my
I got
face
a
on.
request. I got a request. So, Ma, you saw the picture of him on the tricycle, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I
Speaking of which, who's down with the new? Have you guys seen the new Matrix trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm more mad
The
about
new
being,
Matrix trailer looks great.
I'm not mad about being interrupted. I'm more mad it's about the Mitch. Fuck that movie.
Lucas hates Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
He doesn't like any Keanu Reeves.
He doesn't
movie.
like any Keanu Reeves movie, but
But
he
he's
likes
never
Keanu
seen The
Reeves as a
Matrix.
person.
I have seen The Matrix.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna watch all 3 of them.
I've already seen them.
He's
You're gonna watch it
all
again
3.
on September 28th.
You're gonna have a marathon.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck they're gonna enforce this. Damn it, I'm still gonna be here.
And then we're going up to Chicago for whenever the movie comes out, and we're gonna go see it in theaters with them.
They're going up there for Christmas.
And all the way home, they're going to show you the John Wick series on the phone.
What's-
That's what they're trying to do.
He's seen the second one at least. I at least got one of them because I made him go to the theaters because I bought the ticket.
That was
What?
terrible.
Where's the marathon at?
It's gonna
What,
be
would you
here.
want to be here?
It'll be here.
It'll be here.
It's on the 28th.
I don't know. I just said a day before October 2nd.
Basically, we haven't
gonna
set an
say,
exact date. We could
we
do it the
could
day with the
do-
lasagna.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. We could do the marathon at the house.
Why are you guys tormenting me?
That way he has no choice but to watch it. He can't
You
leave.
can't leave. Yes, take him all the way to your house. Yes.
God bless America. Fuck the both of you.
Let's do
Yes.
it. We just need one more seat. We need one more seat because we have, the couch.
The floor counts.
You send me my lasagna, you'll have an extra seat that way.
We just,
No.
we
Fuck
just,
these guys.
I'll figure it
we
out.
just bought theater room couches.
They recline.
Stop trying to
Yeah, guys.
entice me into
They
it.
light up. They
See,
light
it's
up.
gonna be nice. Garlic bread, lasagna, popcorn.
Well, not to mention that if you really want to enjoy The Matrix, it's great to watch it in 4K
Yeah, man.
on a
see,
big
look.
screen.
Yeah, see?
Best way to watch it.
Lucas is like 4K. Do you mean 4K?
That's just what do I have to watch?
Yes.
Fuck you guys. I hate you guys.
I can't wait.
It all
It's
comes
gonna
together.
it's gonna be so awesome.
Why do you guys hate me so much?
That's how you're gonna remember us all the way until December.
Oh, I'll never forget you guys. I talk to you guys all the time.
Oh, we know. We know you're
He's gonna write in his will,
You'll be
and so
back.
this goes to this, that goes to that. Chauncey and Chauncey and Teddy get nothing because they made me watch all the Matrix movies.
It's fair. It's fair.
yeah.
And Teddy can say he played a prank.
Equivalent exchange.
Babe, you could make appetizers for the afternoon, and then I'll make the lasagna for dinner, and we could do.
What would appetizers be?
I don't know. What would you like for appetizers?
Some little wieners and some tiny nuts.
I have little wieners.
Yeah, we could do the barbecue
own nuts.
wieners.
I was about 87% sure that she was asking me.
But you know the best part? I can make the noodles for your lasagna in my new pasta maker.
He can make fresh pasta that day. Make the pasta and I cook the pasta. Hand it to me, cook it.
Are you gonna do with spaghetti hands?
I'm the only person that saw your eyebrows. You know how bikers eat this candy?
There is one thing that's cool about the friend girl that we have.
She's an Italian chef.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
She gave us a book that you can do things. What are you doing?
It's how bikers eat spaghetti, and I can't get it out of my hand. They just grab it like handlebars and just pick up the spaghetti noodles and funnel it in their mouth.
He was about to be a smart ass too before that. He was ready to be mad as hell.
trying to think of where I've seen that.
Why?
Because like, you know how biker just he looked at me, I go like this.
It's because he said the sketch. But like, we've been doing this thing like
This
the
is
Italian
happy hour.
the Italian hands. This is how Italian people eat spaghetti. That's why they do that. They scoop it up. And beep the bappy.
You know how it is.
Get cosa.
You can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache.
Baba the boop.
This is all I got. I can't do nothing else.
It's a me.
You know what he does all the time? Because
We're about to offend somebody.
I just make random sounds, like, for no apparent reason. But
This is hilarious.
he
Like
does
the alarm
it
sound?
too. Like, I'll just go, yeah, I could eat. I could eat. I don't know, it's just random sounds, like I'll be in the other room.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I hear it sounds like a toucan.
It's the
noises.
noises.
I always say, "How you doing it, Josh?"
But he says I'm doing a Josh because you make random noises.
He does.
You do.
All right.
Are you referring to when he's unconscious?
Oh man,
Because he does when he's unconscious a lot.
he does make a lot of noises when he's unconscious.
Yes, he does. He does make a lot. But
We're live on the air, so don't hurt Josh's feelings.
We do it every week.
He's disappointed in us every week.
That was hilarious because like I do, and y'all just everybody here. Yep, yep, you do.
Sorry, Mr.
I remember there was one time where like Marcus, I kept making a noise every time I got in and out of a car, and Marcus was just like, "Is this like your theme music, like your transition music or something?" And I was just like, "Beep beep 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 beep." Beep, 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 beep. So what the fuck is this?
That's why you how to whistle.
how's he doing?
Marcus is doing good. He probably doesn't know we're recording right now.
No, he was busy. He's moving anyway.
Oh yeah, is he?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. But who taught me how to whistle? My uncle.
That man should get
It's crazy because he doesn't even whistle the same way as me.
How do you remember this?
I don't know. It was Rebecca who taught me how to throw a football. My uncle's old girlfriend back in high school.
Were you in high school?
No, when he was in high school.
Well, say, like,
He's like 11 years older than me.
So you didn't know how to throw a
Friend in
football?
high school, like I knew her.
You didn't know how to throw football? That's like, if you're in high school, you don't know how to throw football.
Anyway, so apart from them, what were you saying?
I was like, by
My
the
Uncle
way,
Tommy taught me how to get rid of a body with lime.
That's what they learn in New York. It's not New York accent.
what that was.
Uncle Tommy.
Tommy.
But what were you saying?
Horrible.
I can't believe you put me out here on your podcast and told somebody I shot you with the BB gun.
You did shoot me with a BB gun.
I can't believe you just confirmed it on the podcast.
Thanks for reaffirming that you shot him with the.
Absolutely shot me with a podcast.
He was just joking.
There is a statute of limitations on child neglect, though, isn't there?
I believe
Yeah, you don't have to be a child anymore.
Too bad he's not a child anymore.
Well, I don't know. The child, the guy that was the baby off of the album cover.
Oh, Nirvana.
Nirvana's
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
He's suing them for.
This is not his first time trying to sue them either.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
dick.
He's not
That's
going to get
why.
anything.
As in child pornography,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Because they used him. But I'm sure his parents signed something.
They got $200.
That's all. They didn't sign shit.
They got $200 for putting him on the cover.
That was the agreement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a legal bonding agreement.
And who knew the album was going to be that big?
Doesn't matter.
Honestly.
It's irrelevant, honestly.
So, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
if it's an
I know
album
what
that's
you're
going to do
saying.
nothing, offering somebody $200 is probably.
You made it like a bandit. You 100%
Yeah.
made it like a bandit.
Especially back what was that back in?
Before-
that was back
19
in 80.
Yeah.
Was it like 80s or was it
Something like that. Hey,
80?
it was before signatures,
was it
apparently.
82? It was later than that.
Was it later than 82?
Yeah, Nirvana was like a late 80s, early 90s grunge band, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought they were out longer. I thought this was like one of the first albums that were out.
No, this is like
longer.
their major album with, you know, their hit songs on it and shit.
Yeah.
Came out in 91.
Boom.
Oh, your birthday year.
It's that album.
Yes.
Your birthday, yeah.
Spaghetti hands.
That album is what broke them. But they had no idea when they were shooting the cover that was going to happen.
Yeah, right?
They thought, they thought it was going to end up
I
in
think
a
the funny
bargain
part is
bin
they threw this
somewhere.
baby in a pool.
Facts.
Fuck that baby.
Yo, can your baby swim?
He can't? Great, this is gonna be good.
Right, here's $200.
Hey, can I throw your baby in the pool?
No. Can I do it for $200 though? Alright.
We're gonna be big.
No, that's hilarious. I just want to think, yeah, here's $200. Let me take baby in the pool.
You want to make $200? Hey, let me throw your baby in the pool.
Nah, they had to do 2 shoots. They did the first one for $100 and like, alright, let's make him chase in $1. Let's do it again. They paid him another $100.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
It's like it's kind of like the whole Jay-Z and banquet shit. It's like we rather eat with Jay-Z or get $500,000 immediately. It's like get $500,000.
Right. I don't need a dinner with Jay-Z.
Right.
Not at all.
Because first of all, if I was the baby, it's like, yeah, Mom, you should have. First of all, I would have done it for $200. Let's be 1,000% honest. I would have but you. I lost it.
But yeah, you know,
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
We got the DMCA clear that.
y'all are fucking crazy.
You're just as crazy as I am, sir.
So Pete, you said that you don't want to do DMC?
I don't want to do DMC.
Remember, I asked you, did you want to do a 10-minute, very strong trip?
Oh yeah. No.
And he said no. He's afraid that it's not going to bring him back properly.
Dang.
I won't.
So he's out.
I've done so many acid trips.
It's like the smallest part of the acid trip.
Have you guys ever had any good fun acid trips?
No, we have not tripped together.
No, not together, but I'm just talking about
you
in
don't
your
speak
life.
both of them. You
In
gotta
my
give
life?
No.
Yeah.
Before me, his life wasn't anything.
No. I thought you meant together.
No, not together.
No,
Y'all are grown adults
yeah,
now.
man. I had so many great trips. I even tripped and took care of you.
The crazy thing is,
Hello, little monster. You little monster.
so funny
Put
thing
you
about
in your cage.
funny thing about that is apparently whenever I was like she was giving birth to me, she passed out, had a dream that I was a gremlin. She gave birth to a gremlin. Her first words to me are, "You're not a gremlin." So like really set the precipice there. The bar is very low.
Teddy remembers this from birth.
How do you know what the part you weren't there for?
But no,
How do you know she passed out? What were you doing?
Where were you?
she told me this.
I don't know.
We know.
No, she the other story that she was about to say where she tripped and fucking took care of me. I think if it's the same story, I think I remember this. They were having like a big party out in the living room and shit like that. And I just kept walking out there like every like 30 minutes or so. I couldn't sleep. How can you sleep whenever there's like
Loud
10
noise.
grown ass fucking
How
people?
old were you?
I could.
Man, like 3, 4.
3, 4.
Random noises.
Random noises.
Okay. How many times did you watch Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Too many times.
That every time Rocky Horror Picture Show, you
Oh, yeah,
watched
that's-
it, I
yeah.
was tripping.
How many times you watch Rocky Horror Picture Show? A lot. I was. Well.
How is it to take care of a kid on acid, because I know acid is kind of like just like one of those things where you like you look over at somebody like, dude, you're fucking with me. So like, with a tiny child around, that's got to be crazy.
No, it was actually enjoyable because we all would sit and
Did you just like whore me out as some jester? Like everybody want to get high and come watch my kid? That's crazy shit, bro.
No, if you were getting babysat, it was either your uncle's or it was our babysitter Joe.
Oh, okay.
And or then I found out Josh was watching you.
Yeah.
But no, if we were partying, we didn't want to deal with y'all kids. We would
fucking
get a babysitter.
Out, yeah.
We would get a babysitter, but I mean,
lock him in
like
the bedroom.
when we lived, I don't even remember when I sent you up to go live with your grandma.
Yeah.
And the place that we were living in, that duplex in Tenotasasa.
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry, that place. Oh, okay. We used to have parties, and people would come over. My friends would come over, and you would come out and things like that. And everybody was cool. And then, like, one friend, Enrique, and you, because your hair was cut real short, and he was holding you, and I swear to God, y'all looked related. And you were so tan,
looking like a whole little Spanish baby.
Right, come out the door like, hola, lo
It was so funny, but I don't know. Back in the day, I mean, I partied a lot when you were around.
Did we paint that house and you were high, or did we just objectively choose to put our handprints all over the fucking wall?
I was high, and I said, you know what, it'd be fun. Let's do it.
And it was.
Everything that I thought was a true mother-son bonding moment is really just her being high. Were you high whenever you chased me around with the iguana?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
That
Cool.
would be hilarious.
Then I'm calling DCF. I know it's 25 years ago, but fuck.
No. I just loved how much you just froze and you just.
It's his reaction. It's his reaction.
Shook.
See, I get it. 100% now I get it. He has the best reactions to shit.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. All the motherly moments.
You gonna put this boy in crisis, man. Stop being funny.
Oh my goodness.
I was not a bad mother. I was not.
We're not saying you're a bad mom.
Yeah, definitely not.
Mom, you know how many times we went to that job high? All the time.
Right.
On the way there, when we were there. You guys go to lunch. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do on the way there.
Right. Still handled our business though.
How many days did I pick y'all up? Man, I loved when y'all needed a ride. I'm like, yes, company.
me and
More
Chauncey
gestures.
me and him used to work together at the other job. All we used to do was be high together. He's like, yo, that's not like
At Maximus. That's
Yeah.
where my friend from Facebook.
Oh yeah.
She works there.
Oh my God, what's her name?
Amber Zook.
I don't know her. She's new, Moby, most likely.
Yeah,
That's
I
hilarious,
think
though.
she's new.
And we have her info. Amber, you're getting
I saw
excited
Adrian
now.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
she misses you.
Oh, of course, they all do.
Way to be humble, Chance. Fucking Christ.
Oh man. If only.
What are you doing, Teddy?
I'm over here looking at the Podbean live thing. Just checking it out.
Trying to be a snooper.
Pete, did you ever do acid with your kids? I'm like, holy shit,
No, I
guys.
didn't do acid with my kids. By the time my kids were, I stopped doing acid.
Oh, yeah.
But
So what was your crazy acid trip then?
Pete has a wonderful, crazy trip that he's told me about whenever he first seen Pink Floyd.
yeah, it's okay. So when I was in high school,
The meter just went up.
my friend who had graduated before me went to a college out on Long Island called Stony Brook, and Stony Brook was just known as a really big drug college. And I used to, back in the day, I used to hitchhike out there when I got out of school on Friday, out of high school. I used to hitchhike out there. It was probably like 30, 35 miles.
It's amazing you were not killed.
In those days, you really didn't think about it. I mean, my parents knew about it. It wasn't like, oh, you can't do that.
It's back when things were safer. You could just, your parents let you walk
Ted
anywhere.
Bundy was running rampant. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So every weekend, you know, I would hitchhike out there, and we would go see whoever was in concert in the gym. There was a gymnasium where they had concerts, you know, fairly decent-sized band, good bands. And the tickets were stupid cheap. Like, if you're a student, it was 50 cents. So one weekend, I was getting ready to go out there, and I talked to my friend. I said, I'm getting ready to hitchhike out. He goes, oh, cool. He goes, we're going to a concert tomorrow night in the gym. And I said, okay, who is it? And he goes, I don't know, never heard of him before. It's some band called Pink Floyd. And I said, I never heard of him either. And I said, what do they like? And he goes, I think they're like a heavy metal band. Okay. So we proceeded that day to get fucking lit and go see this band that we never heard of.
Did you call it getting lit back then? What were you calling it back then?
Tripping, smoking birthday cake. We used to smoke birthday cakes. We used to put hash in the bottom of a pipe and then fill it up with weed and then put more hash on top. It was a birthday cake. We would smoke that.
That sounds lit.
Or we just do,
You've done that.
just do water acid or something like that. Anyway, there's about 6 of us, and we're in the 5th row for this concert, which cost 50 cents.
Jesus.
And we're sitting there and waiting for the concert to start. I think we're all musicians, and concerts always start the same way. The lights go boom, they go out, and the band comes on, everybody's screaming, blah, blah, blah. That's not happening. But what is happening is that the lights in the room are getting very, very slowly, almost imperceptibly dimmer. And we're starting to hear little animal noises come from different areas of the room, like chipmunks and squirrels and shit like that. And none of us wants to say, we all think we're just going off the fucking rails.
See, that's the problem. You gotta tell people shit.
Until finally somebody looks and goes, yeah, you hearing that too? And I'm like, so then we're all like kind of relieved. And then basically it kept going like that until the lights were completely out. It was completely dark except the band didn't come on. There's this guy screaming in Scottish, and you can't really understand what people are saying when they're talking in Scottish.
Unless you speak
Unless
language.
you're right. Well, no, but he's screaming in English, but with a Scottish accent is what I should say.
Okay.
So anyway, it's really intense, this screaming Scottish guy. And then all of a sudden, these fucking amazing lights come on, and this band, Pink Floyd, who's all in black, by the way. They're just wearing black. Turtlenecks, black pants. They proceed to play for like 2 hours, like unbelievable shit. And they never ever once say anything on the microphone until they finish. They get 5 standing ovations.
Oh, nice.
And then at the very end, Roger Waters just walks up to the mic and goes, thank you. And that's it. The next day, needless to say, we went out and bought every fucking Pink Floyd album we could find, which was only like 3 at the time.
So it was like $1.50
for the albums.
Yeah, I think it was 50
somewhere
cents.
around there. Somewhere around
You
there.
got 3 albums.
But it turned out that all that shit that was going on was an actual track on an album. They had an album called Uma Guma, which is a double album. And there's a track on there called Several Species of Small Furry Animals Gathered Together in a Cave Grooving with a Pict, with P-I-C-T. And that's the title of the track. And that's what they just played that and used it to dim the lights at the show. It was an actual track. You could listen to it. It's fucking scary good when you're tripping or when you're high.
So,
you should
I was
listen
ready
to
to do
it.
acid and listen to that.
And Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Should we get it like a light projector?
Right.
You know what else? Before there was like podcasts and shit, back in those days, we used to listen to like comedy albums and stuff with guys that were doing shit that was geared around you being really fucking high. One of those groups was called the Firesign Theater. They have about 10 albums out. And their albums are meant for you to put headphones on, which we would do, and listen to them because they do a lot of stereo shit that goes back and forth. But it's actually like an audio play. and they have a whole bunch of albums that'll probably, they use different voices and shit, and it really sounds like you're there, and it's the best thing to listen to when you're high. Fly Sun Theater with headphones on. You should do that one day.
Yes.
Listen to an album called "I Think We're All Bozos on This Bus."
That's the name of this episode.
I want to get a record player. I would love to get a record player and go to the record store and just buy
now vinyl's
old
like
records.
expensive. It's like
Vinyls are expensive, man. They're like $40.
Really?
Wow.
It's crazy.
Stupid.
Lucas was shaking his head no.
Depends on the vinyl you get.
I had a shitload of vinyl, man. I had like fucking bins and bins. That's all I had. Because that's all it was.
My mom had a shit ton of cassettes.
Mom, that was the thing. Like the big ass boxes of cassettes. Alphabetized. You got me fucked up.
And then we got... then when CDs came out, I had the thing on the
But before that was an 8-track.
mirror. I had an 8-track
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Every time I hear 8-track, I just think of that big ass speaker shit they used to sell that had like you could just change the disc like 7 times.
Oh yeah, it has 8 different CD players in it.
Play cassettes and shit too.
I had one of those in my car.
Oh,
Not that type,
Yeah,
but it was made for the car.
I know which one you're talking about.
You got like 8 and just...
Random noise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Which one?
Fly Sun Theater. So many years
called
later,
onomatopoeia.
there was 4 guys in the Fly Sun Theater, and 2 of the guys put out their own little solo album, and I went to see them do it at this club in New York called My Father's Place. And then afterwards, one of the 2 guys was at the bar. So again, me and bars, I just went up and started talking to them, and they said, "Listen, why don't you come downstairs?" Because so I did. Went downstairs and smoked a joint with them. It was fucking great.
I'm just realizing that you're older than security.
No, there was security. You had to know people.
This ain't the first person you walked up to at a bar. That's how Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
Oh yeah, I know this guy. It's my boy Abe.
Yeah, fuck, man. Just walked up on their ass, huh? Oh, did we scare you? Pete's older than security. All right.
I'm older than dirt.
Nah, man. It's a good thing you live so long. You have a lot of fruit food.
I ain't done.
Stop
bro.
shaking your head. Like,
He's like ready to break the lime out of it.
I'm not. I
Speaking
hope,
about you as if you already died.
no, I'm saying I hope you break your record. That's how you have to look at it.
It's fun to get to see a lot of shit.
What would you say is the best band you've ever opened for?
The best band I've ever opened for?
Yeah.
My favorite band that I ever opened for?
Yeah.
The New York Dolls.
Okay.
I was just trying to be like, yo, it's this little known group named Kiss. Like,
Never opened up for them. Was almost in the band, but I never opened up.
So you were almost in the band for Kiss?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Like, how are you almost there?
Okay.
Like, was it like a tryout session?
No, I'm in a band called Kick, K-I-K, and we're with a talent agency called C Sharp Talent, and they get all our gigs, and so my band Kick breaks up, and I need a band to be in, so I go to the guy's name was anyway, Bob something. He was the agent. I go to his office. And he pulls out this big binder and he goes, well, here's all the bands. He goes, see if there's a band in there that you think you might want to. So I come upon this one band called Kiss, but they're not wearing
The makeup.
cocky, They're wearing they're wearing, glam. They're wearing glam makeup. And I had just started getting into that whole kind of.
you were getting out in your face too.
Just wearing that on
So
your
I
face.
said, well, what about this band? He goes, holy shit. He goes, those guys are looking for a drummer. He goes, call the guitar player. So he gives me Paul Stanley's number. Paul lived in Queens. I lived in Long Island. I called him up and I said, are you looking for a drummer? He goes, fuck yeah. He goes, we just got one like 2 weeks ago. and I could have auditioned because he knew my other band.
All you had to do is meet him at the bar and just walk up.
All I had to do was be 2 weeks earlier. Because he said to me, he goes, we just got a drummer, man. His name's Pete too. I'm like, seriously? He goes, ask guy Peter Chris. I said, so what are you doing? He goes, well, we're getting ready to sign a deal. And in those days, if you were going to sign a record deal, you signed with a big label, a major label. The little indie labels really weren't around yet. So he goes to me, I'm thinking it's CBS or Atlantic or something. He goes, yeah, we signed with a label called Casablanca. I'm like, who's that? and I remember thinking to myself, well, I'm glad I didn't join that band. I ain't going anywhere. Casablanca, what's that?
Heavy is the humble that weighs you.
Exactly.
That's just like shit.
And then his mom was a nurse.
My mom was a nurse at a psychiatric ward in Central Islip State Hospital. And they also had a rehab program. And one day she came home and she said to me, man, she goes, hey, we got some rock and roll guy, in rehab. He's a drummer too. His name is Peter Chris. You ever hear of him?
Yeah, funny thing is that guy signed to some shitty record company.
I could have been in your psych ward.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Wow.
That's awesome though. Life.
Yeah.
Heard it's like a box of chocolates.
It's like a wivel.
That's hilarious. Singing it like woo. It's like a box of chocolates. Woo, woo.
Oh man.
I like that tapestry.
It's actually like it's actually a roller coaster. Is what it is.
It like wivel.
Would take me on. I don't know the next line.
Yeah, where'd you get mine? Suck. I gotta get rid of mine. I don't like mine at all.
I got that one from Amazon. Well,
Did you
actually,
really?
I got it.
Hamsazon.
I actually,
The Amazon.
I got it from Santa. Whenever my mom bought it for me from Amazon.
Oh shit!
I like that. Where'd you get that? You bought that for me.
Right.
You know why? Because I bought mine on Wish. That's what it.
Oh no, you never buy anything on
Worry
Wish.
and Anna.
I bought some things off Wish.
Hey, thank you. Well, I would say thank you. We owned stock in Wish, but we got rid of it.
What?
Yeah.
Wish still around?
Yeah.
Still booming.
I would imagine so.
Still booming.
Now we
Biggest
just
things out of China.
yeah.
Wish.
You know,
I don't know. I think the biggest thing out of China.
don't
right
do
now-
it. Don't do it.
Don't do it, Teddy.
Don't do it.
I was gonna say 5G.
Do it.
No, man.
So, Mom, what would you say is like your best concert that you've ever been to, outside of the one that we?
Aerosmith. Oh, U2. Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
It's a toss between Aerosmith and U2, but I've seen Aerosmith 3 times.
Did you ever? What were some of the places that you made it backstage on? Like what bands? Like outside of Rat Poison.
Who are his potential problems?
Yeah.
She got it.
She went backstage for Disturbed.
I got to meet him.
98 Rock. Like,
Huh.
I
I
went.
won
It was like,
tickets.
She wins tickets on the fucking
picture
radio
in-
stations
there's
all
a-
the time.
There's a picture in my music room of us with the guys from Disturbed.
Yeah. And Steve Swanee from Howie's
Yeah.
knows the guitar player on
We completely
Disturbed.
threw his information out there, didn't we? This guy, first and last name, who works here.
No, I
we know that
didn't-
guy.
I didn't say his last name.
You did.
No, I said Swanee.
Yeah.
That's
what
not
you
his
said.
last name.
Ah.
That's what you said.
It's his nickname.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. We good.
But he is famous in Europe.
Yeah, in Europe, yeah.
His band's very famous in Europe.
That's cool.
It's crazy because over here he's a full-time delivery driver for a pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like how it was like when I was at Box Lunch. The dude that I was like, my manager was like in a band, and they were like traveling Europe and shit. That's why he was only there for a little bit. It's like, the fuck are you doing?
Right. I was like, well, we don't make that much money.
No,
It's gonna manage.
no, they spend most of it
Partying.
partying and stuff. I mean, they play in Amsterdam and things like that. So, you know, then their travel and gear, you know, set up and all that stuff. So, it's not it's hard to make it big. It's hard to make, good money, even if you're really popular.
Yeah, thanks to like Amazon Music and all that crap.
Yeah, you can just stream the music now. You don't
For free.
Nobody really.
Well, with monthly subscription, but the artist gets nothing. Artists used to get
they get like
buku bucks from
like a
album
penny
sales.
a play.
Artists
Type
get
shit.
nothing from album sales now. It's been destroyed by
Yeah.
corporate America. And the only way you can do it is to go out and tour and sell merch, and that's the only way you can make money. And it's getting harder and harder for some of the older classic bands to do it,
Yeah, like Vince Neil. I would not.
Yeah.
I don't want to
He just
see Vince
doesn't
Neil.
have the vocals he used to.
You are not Motley Crue, dude. You are not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Back in the day, when Motley Crue was together, they were the shit. But now you're Vince Neil by yourself, and it's like,
Nothing, bro.
You know,
I don't want to see you.
Phil Collins can't play drums no more.
No, he
No, he
can't. I just
can't.
read that.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, he has a tour coming. I can't play the drums.
As a matter of fact, he sits in a stool now the whole time he's on stage. That's why I don't want to go see him, because it looks so old, man. It just looks really old. He's got these little round glasses, and he sits on a stool. It sits in a black chair the whole time. That's just not, to me, that's not Genesis. I saw Genesis when Genesis was Genesis, but I can't go see Phil Collins like that.
So the closer we get to the end of this, how is this thing going? Like,
I'm waiting for tomorrow's headlines, which are going to be, elderly Florida couple arrested for child neglect and drug smuggling after being roped into phony podcast scams.
Yeah, this is all a sting.
the funniest part about it is, we'll be like, I'm 31. I'm not a fucking child. He didn't neglect me.
I was gonna say, you asked how this is going for them too, and I was like, Chauncey's boyhood is trembling.
His face is lighting up after he hears certain things from me.
And the boys are getting a bidet for Christmas.
That's hilarious.
We're delivering it to Chicago. That's why we have to go.
Fucking use it.
I'm not gonna use it because the fucking water in the pipes are frozen.
Yeah, bro, force trauma, nigga. I'm not trying to deal with that. You got me fucked up.
You want me to spray water on my ass and then step out in Chicago? My butt's cheeks are gonna freeze together.
No, what if it happened, like, it'd be such a horror movie. So don't buy a bidet up there, because what if the ice is frozen and it shoots it out?
Where have you been?
My gravy, that's worse than a catheter.
That's where we've been the whole time, Bob. We've been saying that the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
It's okay. It's the weed.
I
That
agree.
saying that he said, I said better.
Damn, I
It was
did
your
not-
delivery. Your delivery wasn't convincing.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It happens to all of us, honestly.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm not ashamed of a lot.
Oh my god. Yeah,
What?
I'm definitely not.
I'm not
Who's a
either.
lot?
No regrets.
No
I'm not ashamed
regrets.
of a lot.
YOLO.
Right.
Stop it. You would know.
You would know.
Every time you do that, a teacher's aide dies. You're not allowed to say that.
Teacher's aid? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, but yes, man, we have to call it on that note, but that was fucking great.
That was good. That was good.
We enjoyed having you guys on with us this week.
Well, we enjoyed being invited.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting us
Nursing a
over.
serious hangover this morning.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So,
I had a feeling y'all would.
You wouldn't? You weren't?
I'm not. No, I quit drinking. I told you I quit
yeah.
drinking because the bar tab was going up because little Miss Mama thought we owed her a drink every night.
She thought she was getting into a throuple. Can you
Right.
blame her? She's like,
thought
I've got a sugar daddy and a sugar mama.
It's
now."
like, oh, you like unicorns? I am a unicorn. But yes, so on that note, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Sundays with the Boys. I'm gonna let Teddy do the closeout because I always fuck it up.
I was looking at him with hopes that he would continue on, but I guess
so
not.
sorry.
So if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you'd like to either join our podcast or give us recommendations or anything like that, feel free to send us an email at sundaysneverfeelbetter@gmail.com. Definitely go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon. We're everywhere that you can think of.
You name it, we own it.
Wow, look at that. That was synchronized. Go ahead and make a small donation to our GoFundMe page, Sundays with the Boys.
We were supposed to say that together too.
What's a GoFundMe page?
A GoFundMe page? That's what you tried to do with that chick from Zephyr Hills.
Well, this man over here.
But yeah, this is gonna be Teddy signing off.
Chauncey.
Lucas.
Jesse.
Pete.
Pete.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Joe, peace.
At least you didn't have to count mics again.